Welcome back to the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back, boners. Uh,
Bo-ners.
we, if you can't tell, I'm a little buzzed. I misread all of my beers, the three of them,
And his story.
and my story. Yeah, oh God, dude, I don't even know how I'm gonna get through this intro.
Well, basically, you might not have an episode on Wednesday. We have about a 3-hour editing session to do. The
I
episode was
no
three
no.
hours.
I said it in the episode. I'm not editing. This is all gold. I'm keeping everything in.
We'll split it up. Do half this week, half next week, because there's plenty to go. So, you true fans, you people who want to listen, laugh, and talk shit, tune in.
Seriously,
That's all I can
seriously,
say.
tune in.
Tune in. And if you want a bunch of mistakes and mishaps, this is the episode. But I
I think
gotta tell you,
honestly, I think I'm just gonna keep it at. I'm just gonna keep it one episode.
well, when you're sober tomorrow, then you let us know.
Maybe.
So, with that said, this is our Christmas special and New Year's Eve special with some incredible, incredible people that we met through the internet. And if there's ever a highlight, and it's kind of difficult for people to say that there's going to be a highlight to this whole COVID bullshit and lockdown and quarantine, I have to say one of the highlights I have is meeting the two young ladies we've met and we've talked to multiple times.
100%. I couldn't
Multiple
agree
times.
more. They are hands down two of the coolest women ever.
And mind you, we're a small community. When I say small community, we're not big podcasters, but we're meaningful. And what we say and what we speak is truths. And thank you for the internet for being uncensored and enjoy.
Yes,
And don't forget to follow them because they are definitely more. They're definitely more professional than we are.
100% more professional
Much
than we
more
are.
professional. And you will learn something from them. From us, you're either going to shut the story down soon or laugh at us. But that's the point of this whole podcast, is to make fun of everything. Enjoy life for what it is. So anyway, with that, I'm going to finish my num num juice.
I'm gonna finish my the Dankster beer. And ladies and gentlemen, this is episode 32. And back with us again is Amanda and Cassidy. Also, please do not forget to leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. Please go to our Flow page. That's flow.page/BTWBJ. There you can find all of our links to Instagram, Twitter, our TikTok. Surprisingly, if you don't think that we have one, we do. And also a link to our Buy Us a Beer. If you buy us a beer, 100% we will give you a shout out on our next episode. And with that,
It don't need to be a lot of money. Trust me, we go to the discount store.
Yeah, we go to outlet stores, folks.
And we have coupons, so you might give us $5. We'll make the best of it.
100. So with that being said, this is episode.
Sorry.
Jesus, you sound like a creature from Star Wars. What the fuck?
You have to edit that out.
I'm not editing that out.
That's IPA.
I'm not editing. Ladies and gentlemen, episode 33 of Botox with Big Jim. Welcome back, Amanda and Cassidy.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Botox with Big Jim podcast.
Guess what, motherfucker?
Some of the information you are about to hear, some may find disturbing.
I don't know who gave them this or who gave them the clearance. On the crotch.
Oh my lord.
Right there.
Can we Google that?
Yeah, that's what I thought. And then I fucking stumbled down a dark hole and I love it.
Great cake parties. If I'm going to believe anybody's bullshit, I'm going to believe mine.
It sounds not politically correct, but
You two motherfuckers need Jesus.
All right, what is up, everybody? This is, or excuse me, what's up, boners? Welcome back. Boners! The boners are back. It was chosen. I'm very, very surprised that people even chose that.
Oh, it's so good.
It is good.
I'm glad somebody likes it.
Well, if no one couldn't tell, we have very special guests back again with us, Cassidy and Amanda of Drinking the Kool-Aid podcast. Ladies, how are you doing?
We're here. Doing
Right?
good.
Right.
Beating the
Episode 36?
this for you
Yeah.
guys?
37?
36.
36. We just
Yeah.
finished recording episode 36.
We did.
Yeah.
It's actually a really good episode, by the way. The and the what was it, the cryptid road trip that you guys are doing?
Oh, thank you. We took this week off since it's Christmas, but
Yeah.
we'll be right back at it next week.
Are
Well,
you guys
yeah.
going to be doing the famous last words again?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I almost forgot about that.
Would love to. I'm obsessed with famous last words. It's just hard sometimes to find ones that either aren't super depressing to the point where you're like, this is awful, or that are like a long enough story. Maybe I could do
I
a
get it.
combo with like a bunch of famous last words.
But we can do those TikToks again.
Yeah,
Oh, yes.
those TikToks were really good.
They
So
were fun.
if nobody could tell, we have very special guests back with us, and it's a end of the year holiday, Happy New Year's special. And this one,
Happy New Year.
Merry
This-
Christmas. I
Merry
even dressed up
Christmas.
my beer, my 40 in a bag.
there you go.
I like the bow on top of your hat too.
Hey, he just told me 2 hours ago. Hey,
No,
make
no,
sure
no,
you're
no,
in
no.
theme.
Not
Technically,
2 hours ago.
You know what I did? I'm not gonna lie. I spent the last 3 hours listening to their show on my TV from Jonestown, which I agree was depressing, Cass, and the two before that. And I listened to the Krampus episode or Krampus.
Krampus, yes.
Yeah,
Krampus.
that dude. I listened to it Friday and I loved it. I thought I play a video game on my phone where one of the machine gun is called Krampus. So I always thought Krampus was a gun in a video game until you guys told the story.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Maybe it is the name of the gun too. I don't know.
It's
Who
a
knows?
zombie. Who knows?
Listen, anything's possible.
Right? Especially now. Especially now.
Well, since the last time we saw you guys, what's new? Obviously, you aren't sitting together this time. Is
No.
is that because of the whole new lockdown order thing?
Yeah, Los Angeles has a pretty strict stay-at-home order right now. Unfortunately, one person every 10 minutes dies of COVID in LA County, so we're just
Yeah.
trying to do our part and not, contribute to any of that. So, yeah.
Makes
Yeah.
sense.
No, we get it. We get
Yeah.
it. We had our scare 3 weeks ago and we all test. My wife tested twice. His brother, my son right now, which we believe may test positive this time because he cannot taste or smell in
Oh,
the last
no.
4 days. Yeah.
That's like the number one sign, I think. Like
And
the
he's-
first sign.
But
And he is my rebel. He never stops. ADD since he was 7 years old, and this is the first time he's called me. He's 24 years old. He's like, Dad, my body hurts. I'm like,
Aw.
what's wrong? And he's like, I just can't. And he's a courier for payroll. So he drives around the Bay Area delivering people's payroll to their houses or to their companies. And it's way out in Redwood City. He's like, I'm coming home. I can't. And he's not doesn't quit like that. He likes money. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. Oh, I know.
That's
I
what
know
it
what
is.
that's like.
Yeah.
Yeah, he likes money. So yeah, I think his test results may come back positive. Then it'll be his third time testing. So
Bummer.
And I
It
asked
is.
him too. I asked him if he was around anybody, and he said no. So
No, he wasn't.
I'm kind of curious how all
well,
of
he
that.
goes into his job, then he goes into the buildings, and sometimes he has to ride up in elevators for the high rises. So who knows? It could be
Yeah.
in anything.
True.
Yeah.
That's true.
Well, that's the scary part is that you literally don't even know you get it sometimes. It's just like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
it
it's
just
not cool.
happens.
it
I don't
sucks.
like it.
I hate it. I hate it. And seeing, for those who don't know, the place that I work at, I deal with people who are people who have coronavirus sometimes. It's a weird thing. It is a weird thing to see people with it, and then it's also weirder to see how they handle it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I don't know. It's this whole situation, this whole corona thing it's still weird. It's obviously a very touchy subject for some people or most people, but I don't know. I'm not a conspiracy theorist when it comes to coronavirus, but some of the stuff, especially the beginning stages of it, was kind of sketch. You know.
Yeah.
Hey, the way governments tend to fuck up, it wouldn't surprise me if it was made in a lab or any of that stuff. That doesn't make it any less deadly, you assholes. Stay
Very true.
home.
Very
You know,
true.
you know what's so funny? Right now, this is Cassidy, 100%. I started listening to you guys before Halloween, right? So I started listening. She's so, you could tell she's like, and furthermore, she's really proper, right?
Cassidy?
Go back and listen to the episodes. Go back. She doesn't even cuss in the first 2 or 3 episodes. Listen to the last one now. It's like, God damn, truck driver.
I was pretending to be someone I wasn't.
And
now
you know
here we
what?
are.
And you're right. And I totally appreciate it. I made a video because if you go on Spotify on your TV, every one of your episodes says explicit, 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 explicit. And I'll send you the video. If it wasn't explicit, I wouldn't be listening.
Yep.
Well, that's the
Right
thing
there.
is that I'm the
Right.
explicit one most of the time. So,
But you love to say frickin'.
but I also love to curse, and I can't help it. So,
She's good with the F-bomb. I can't remember the episode, but she was pretty good with the F-bomb.
Oh, by the way, the episode that you did or that you both did recently, but the story that you told recently about the young boy, the one that the famous one that went missing,
Bobby Dunbar.
Bobby Dunbar, that was a great episode. That was a
Thank
very
you.
very good episode, and I just wanted to let you know that because you're kind of getting down on yourself, but it was very very well put together.
They all are.
Well,
Oh.
right before I told that story, like I literally.
Jesus Christ! I know my dog was in here. Fuck. Sorry, hold on. Let me go put her back.
I was like,
Oh, really?
what is happening right now?
All your
Yeah, my
episodes
dog's here.
are your research is on point. Absolutely.
Thank you.
And I could tell, I remember the first, maybe it was 2-3 episodes back, and Cass was like, if your audio isn't on point, it's useless. And I could totally tell you spent a lot of time on the audio. We don't have a mixer yet, so that's one of the things we're going to be getting into, and better mics. But
Cassidy
you're
works really hard. She does a lot of editing. She spends days and days and days editing. So she
I'm
works
sure.
really hard.
I'm
Oh yeah,
sure-
editing is not the fun part of the podcast.
No.
No, it drives me insane sometimes. I literally am like, just like, and then Amanda will be like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "I just spent 8 hours with headphones on editing and trying to fix this one weird thing for 30 minutes." And
Yeah,
yeah.
that's the same way with me when I'm like trying to cut from like video of one portion to put it at the front or the middle. I'm like, this is driving me nuts.
And video makes it like 10 times harder because we just started doing, like he was saying, that our Krampus video, we've only done a couple videos, and editing video is so much harder than just editing
Oh yeah.
audio.
Oh yeah. Even
Are
those
you
little. But-
using your camera for your actual main camera? Is that a mirrorless camera, or is it a digital reflex camera? Or what do you
It's
call
a
it? DSLR?
mirrorless. I use
Yeah.
it. I have a Canon RP camera with just like I just use when we're doing stuff like that, just the kit lens. It's just like a 35 millimeter. But yeah, it totally works and has more space obviously than like an iPhone, because sometimes we'll record for 2 hours. So
That's the found footage one, right? The one that you
Yeah.
were talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, we have to make a found footage horror movie at some point.
I mean,
I
it was
love
a
found footage.
really great quality camera, so that's good. That was really good on you.
Yeah,
like,
you know, if my boys put money together, my birthday's in about 2 months. Go ahead and slide them the cost of that camera, Cass.
honestly, for what it shoots a 4K image, which is hard for mirrorless, and it's uncropped, which means it's like full frame, amazing. And I think I got the camera, the lens, the card, and like all the stuff that I needed, and it was like $1,500 after tax
No way.
because it's mirrorless, and so it's
I'm
like it's
worth
Canon's.
1,500, son. Come on.
You are.
Come on, dude. I changed your ass for many years.
Hey, and I'll be doing that to you
He's
very
right.
soon, okay?
I hope not.
Not very soon.
No,
not very
I'm working
soon.
on not very soon. Give me at least 30 years. If I can make another 30 years, I'll be all right. You can do whatever the hell you want with me at that age.
But yeah, going back to the editing, that the most recent cryptid episode, the editing was amazing. Like the music, that's all of that was perfect. But the music is what really caught me with the rake, and I was like, oh, okay, this is. And I almost fell asleep listening to it because it was just so soothing. And Amanda, your voice, spot on. Like it was very. Like how Cassidy said about me last time, it was very campfire audiobook kind of thing. So I was like, this is good. This audio.
Well, that makes me feel great because I just figure I'm useless half the time because she does everything. So.
No.
Actually, I tried to write a script for the rake, and I was like, here, I sent it to Cassidy, and I was like, here, like, check it. And she just revamped the whole thing and like used big words that I didn't know and made it sound beautiful. So I was like, I'm literally useless.
You asked me to do that, for the record.
I know, but imagine if I recorded what I had written.
Yeah.
Nobody would have wanted to listen to that.
I don't think so. I think actually, you know what you should do for like a Patreon? You should redo that episode, but in your words.
You don't want to hear that.
That's the fun part, though. And to add to that, one of you guys were recently talking about, I think it was Cassidy or maybe it was Amanda on Twitter. Whoever created ASMR, that was you.
Yeah.
I think you said like go to hell or something like that. But that's the type of what even both of you guys' voice, because I listened to your guys' voice. Honestly, not until we did our episode, I listened to the stories for the voice. And your guys' voice. You guys know who Leslie Flowers is? Crime Junkies?
Oh, Ashley Flowers?
Ashley Flowers, yeah. Yes. That was my number one voice.
Yeah, she has a good voice.
Yeah, that was my number one voice before Dave Schrader.
That's the man. That's the OG.
But then you guys, so before that's why I'm going back listening to the stories, because initially I put you guys in my ear when I go to sleep. If I don't, I have dreams about my wife cannot fall asleep unless she's listening to Forensic Files.
Hell yeah.
So in my dreams, subconsciously, I'm either in the mafia. I've killed my wife, right? I had an affair. So I know I take medication. So I know I'm knocked out. But them dreams are too damn real. And then I realize it's the damn TV.
Mm-hmm.
It's so damn loud. So your guys' voice definitely trumps that. And the reason why I'm telling you this is I know you guys have bad days, but it's well worth it. Hopefully the other people in your audience can appreciate it because I do.
I definitely do.
Thank you.
Yeah, you guys all obviously love each other, and so you enjoy making the podcast. It's easy watching your videos. You guys tease each other and whatever, but like you guys like each other, and I feel like that's the same thing with me and Amanda. That's what makes it easy, is we genuinely like talking to each other and like seeing what's going on. Hey, I take it back.
I do like the bloopers though. In some of your videos.
Oh, the bloopers are so fun.
Yes.
Like when I'm listening to something,
yes,
I'm like pick that out and I'm like, oh, this one's gonna.
Well,
be
that's what I was gonna say about earlier is the Bobby Dunbar episode. There was like I don't know how long, Cassidy, what, like
20
30 minutes? 20,
Yeah.
30 minutes of me having a panic attack saying, I'm not recording this episode. And Cassidy had to give me this whole like spiel about how I'm going to do a great job. And she's like, it's okay. You can do it. And I was like, no, I can't. And I was crying and whew, it was a mess. So
She didn't realize it was a really famous case. So when she said, "Oh, I'm going to do Bobby Dunbar," I was like, "Oh, that's such a big case. Like, oh my God, the people on the internet love this case. I hope you do it justice." And she was like, "What? This is a famous case?" And
Right.
she just had no idea. And she was like, "I can't do it now. I can't do it. Everyone's going to be mad at me online."
it
No,
was
hilarious.
it was a long time.
It's almost like whenever you do that to man, it's like you just stop her. She
Yeah.
stops moving. She stops moving. No eyes blinking, nothing.
No, that's literally what happened. I was like, what? And then I literally cried, and Cassidy had to like somehow coach me back into like being confident about this story. And she was like, you can do it. I believe in you. I believe in you. And I was like, okay.
Well, you guys make it work. You guys have great chemistry. And you guys both went to the same college. Is that where you guys met? Correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, so
Acting school.
you have
oh yeah.
yeah.
I saw that.
Yeah, that was
what
on
was that
the
for?
Instagram. She got chased
What
by a
movie was
demon.
that? What movie was that for?
She's been in lots of stuff. She was in like a bunch of Lily Singh, if you know her. She's like a YouTube
Lily
celebrity. She was
Singh.
in a lot
Sounds
of
very
stuff.
I've just done like silly YouTube things and short films and stuff. But we went to an acting conservatory for college where we just studied acting for 6 hours a day. And that's where we met. That's really cool. Your beer is disappearing.
I just noticed that. I forgot that it's green.
Incognito.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
No one would know I'm drinking.
No, you can't see. Even though it's called the Dankster.
The
I like that.
The Dankster. There it is.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I gotta get my vitamin C.
That's right. I just got my White Claw.
The claw. You can't go wrong with the claw, though.
Got the basic bitch drink. You
Honestly,
know?
I don't even know where's this come from. Oh, Reno. Comes from Reno. Thanks, Reno, Nevada.
Thanks, Reno. There you go.
Oh, you guys will like this.
Probably.
I successfully shotgunned a beer for the first time ever this week.
What kind
Ever?
of beer?
Yeah. Hold on.
So
By yourself?
no, with Kate.
Just
I'm like
in the back.
alone.
I'm like, ugh.
No, so me and Amanda tried to shotgun beers once, and it was the first time and last time I ever tried to shotgun a beer. It was on my 20th birthday, and we thought it was a good idea to try and stab a beer with a knife.
Oh.
And I cut myself, and it was
Yeah.
not good, and beer went everywhere. And so I've never tried to shotgun a beer since then. And of course, Christmas Eve rolls around. And as you do, drinking some Miller Lite.
there it is.
Nice.
Oh.
And
Ugh.
I was like,
It's one of the
you know
classics.
what? I've never. It's the best light beer. I stand by it.
I'd argue Coors Light.
I do like Coors. Coors is
Bud Light Platinum, people.
Oh God, no.
It's too high in APV.
bougie?
I can't drink that.
Bougie? No. I had Bud Light Platinum one time, and hopefully no future job listens to this. I had Bud Light Platinum one time, and to make a very long story short, this guy had to come pick me up from my aunt's house with a busted hand, and yeah, I almost got arrested that night from
As you should. See?
Uh,
Bud Light Platinum.
yeah.
Last time me and Amanda had Bud Light Platinum, I had to leave the restaurant we were at because I was like, I'm too twisted. I have to leave. And so I just walked home. But then
Yeah, but you didn't tell me you were leaving, and I sat there waiting for you to come out of the bathroom.
No, I told you that I was leaving, and I said, I'm so sorry. I'll pay you back. But I was just in the bathroom, just sitting for like 20 minutes. That
it's
was the
because we
issue.
watched Cops, and every time something illegal happened, we drank.
It
Even
wasn't
if it's-
cops. It was a live.
Oh,
it
a
was
live police chase.
chase.
Yes.
And every time something illegal happened, so every time he crossed the double yellow line, every time he sped, every time he ran a red light, we would take a drink.
That'd be like the
So-
best drinking game to do.
And then
for,
when
like,
he
live
got
TV.
caught, we chugged.
Oh, so you were hammered before the first commercial.
So we went to a restaurant, this Mexican restaurant. I ordered my vegan burrito because I was vegan back then. Ordered my vegan burrito, sitting there looking at it, and I was like, I gotta go to the bathroom. And so I went in the bathroom and I just was staring at myself in the mirror like this, like you know how you do when you're drunk? Like for like 15 minutes, and I was like, who are you? What decisions have you made to bring you to this point? And then I just came out and was like, I'm so sorry, Amanda, I have to leave. Can you get my burrito to go? And then I realized we left together. So she had the keys to our house. I didn't. So she came home after packing everything up and leaving. And I was just sitting on the stoop like this.
Yeah, that's exactly how I was.
Yeah.
This bar over here in San Leandro. What was it called? Frank's?
Frank's.
Yeah.
It's never,
That's
never
a place you
good
get in
story.
trouble at.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
Anytime you
Frank is always there.
Right.
it's exactly yeah.
Any drinking establishment that's located right literally in the same parking lot as a railroad track with a live train never ends good.
Yeah. Never.
So true.
And I remember walking out because I had just hit some dude, and he probably can't see it, but there's a cut on my knuckle right here where I hit him, and it split it. His tooth split my hand, and then and then I was pissed off that it split my hand, so I decided to punch a gumball machine. I thought it was plastic. It ended up being glass, so I had glass all over my hand. But same thing like Cassidy. I went outside and I was like, "This is ridiculous. You're gonna call the cops on me? How dare you?" And I went to the very next parking lot. Exactly. Yeah. It's exactly what I did. I went to the very next parking lot to the very back end corner where it was dark as hell. And I sat down and I was like, it's not even fair. I'm gonna call the cops. Sure enough, the cops got called. I see red lights flashing everywhere. I'm like, I should probably call somebody to come pick me up.
I gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
So, were you the toughest kid?
Out of the three boys?
Yeah.
As far as fight wise?
As far as like getting into trouble.
Oh no.
No.
Oh, no.
Okay.
No.
No.
His brother's lucky to be alive. That
I'll say it
child
for
of
you.
mine,
That motherfucker. I'll say
yeah, is lucky to be alive. This guy, where do I start?
Oh, you can start with the police helicopter being called on him.
Yeah, that was in 5th grade because he jumped over his school fence and decided he thought it was cool to play basketball during the holidays, him and his buddy. And he thought it was the greatest thing until mom caught his ass. All his other buddies ran home crying about it, except for my son, his name is Joaquin. I call him Pop.
That's a badass name. You made a mistake naming him that.
Yeah, that's
Should have known.
Boom.
I did.
That name is too badass.
Yes.
What is he supposed to do?
Yeah,
and you know what? And he is very light complexion. He does not. The only thing he likes about Mexican is food and women. That's it.
Yep.
Doesn't
Is he
speak.
wrong?
No. Right. No. Not at all. But besides, I think the last thing that he went to EDC in Las Vegas 3 4 years ago.
This story, yep.
And he called me. It was in the morning, like after the second night of EDC. You guys know what EDC is?
Mm-hmm.
Electric Daisy Carnival.
There you go.
So he called me and he sounds like, I'll try to muffle my voice. He's like, "Hey Dad, the paramedics here are trying to send me to the hospital." And I'm like, "What is wrong with your voice?" He's like, "I don't know, you can't hear me?" And his homegirls in the background, they're like, he's not doing well. He's not doing well. Long story short, he had a double lung collapse.
Yeah.
And he still wanted to rave. I'm like, dude, what the fuck is wrong?
That's such a Joaquin thing to do.
It is. It is.
I gotta have a T-shirt made for him with that exact saying now.
I mean, him and his brother. I mean, he would do, and he still will do. Are you gonna follow somebody who jumps off the bridge? Yes. When?
Yeah.
That's him. When?
No, it's when and how far did they jump?
Well, my
Years
thing is always
ago.
like, did it look fun? Like when
Right.
my parents
No,
would ask
you're
me that,
right.
they'd be
And
like,
that's
would you jump off a bridge if all your friends did it? And I'd be like, did it look fun?
Yeah.
right.
Maybe.
Did somebody survive?
And he'll
All
be
right.
the
That's
first.
why you're troublemakers.
And you're right. Once this guy, Jim, told
What'd I do?
Joaquin to hold a bottle.
Oh no. Okay, let me tell this story.
This guy. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. This is how he got his head stuck in a storm drain once.
Not me, Joaquin.
Oh.
Joaquin,
He had to stand up to get he couldn't get his head out.
He thought it
This-
was a good idea to put his head in a storm drain, which was about this big at the time. And he was a kid, but he stuck his entire head. Like, have you seen that video online of the girl that put her head inside of the pumpkin
Yes.
and it got stuck?
Yeah.
Okay, it's that, but a metal
horrifying.
storm drain. Or was it metal or was it concrete?
No, it was cast iron.
Yeah, it was
an
cast iron.
active storm drain, which had in Arizona, Cass, you know this.
Yes.
Arizona's all desert, so it's an active runoff.
Yep.
Luckily, it was during the summer.
Yeah,
But
thank
summer
God.
we get hurricane rain. He thought it was cool to put his head through the fucking hole.
Monsoons, man.
You're right, monsoon. You're absolutely right.
Yeah. And
So
so
anyway, the BB, go
the
ahead.
story of the BB gun is him and I were shooting a BB gun, and I don't know why, but I got the idea of, hey, let's shoot a coffee can. And he was like, yeah, totally. Let's definitely do that. So I told him, I said, hold this coffee can, but hold it like this. So I said, hold it like that. And for everyone who's not watching, I'm holding it directly in front of my face. And he was like, all right, yeah, that makes sense. And so I probably went back at least, I don't know, 20 feet, 30 feet. And I was like, all right, don't move. And he's like, okay. And I shot. And when I shot, luckily, I don't know how, but he blinked right in time and it hit him dead center of his eyeball, but on his eyelid. So if he wouldn't have blinked, that thing would have went straight into his eye.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was terrifying. Not terrifying that I shot him. This guy got so pissed off, he grabbed that BB gun and snapped it in half. I've never seen a person do that before in my life.
Yes.
I
Dad
see my-
strength.
I see exactly. I see at the time he was the baby. I was like, and he's telling me not to whip his ass. He's like, no, Dad, it's okay. And he's trying to open his eye. It's fucking swell over with the BB right at the tip. No, Dad, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm like, dude, are you fucking kidding me? But that's the type of shit they did. So yeah, it is a rebel name. It is a hardcore name.
Which, by
And
the way,
that-
translation to English is Jack.
Jack.
Really? Oh, that's
Yeah.
my little brother's name.
Yeah, Joaquin is Jack.
Jack.
Joaquin Murrieta, which is out here. We have San Joaquin County. Well, okay, let me get.
Jack
So-
County?
Yeah, we have a San Joaquin County, which is out toward Fresno. So
I'm in San Joaquin County.
yes, you are. So Stacy, my wife, his mom wanted us to name him. The last thing I wanted to do was my son to be named after me because I knew something was going to happen. And it has. He's had my credit report. He's had I mean, this kid has gone through shit because of our names being the same.
Seriously.
Those are different stories. So my wife, we're laying in bed and I was at work and she's already ready to pop. And I'm like, babe, you name the baby. You name him, go ahead. So all I could think of was the sign. There's two signs out here. That's Joaquin Murrieta Park, which is a fable of Don Quixote.
Mhm.
And there's Joaquin County, San Joaquin County. So for whatever reason,
Take this out.
Joaquin came into my name. Now, mind you, my wife's full blood. Well, she's half Irish, half Italian.
That's amazing.
That's
Amazing
me.
combination.
No, it's not.
That's me.
That's great. You're a hellfire. I feel
Yes.
for your husband.
She
I
is.
feel for
Feel
your
for
husband.
me.
You're right. You should probably spend more time with her than her husband. So you're absolutely right, Cass.
I gotta talk her off the ledge more often, at least.
I did it twice this weekend. So
what an amazing woman your wife is.
No.
She,
No.
yeah. Sometimes.
So,
she's a hellhound.
so in Spanish
Still love her.
culture, it's very common to name the mother's maiden name as part of the name. So my father's mom's name, and I'll say it, but I can't spell it, is Iseguirre. That's the name. And she's like, well, what do you want to put for his middle name? Don't ask me why I popped in Iseguirre. She's like, I can't even fucking say that. What the fuck do you mean? I can't even spell it. How do you spell it? I was like, I don't know, but I'll ask my dad. She's so fucking, we're in bed. And my wife, she does cuss. She loves to cuss.
I love this woman.
She's Italian.
Oh yeah, she's
She's
Italian.
half Italian, half Irish. What do you expect from her?
Yes,
It's
her
a-
mom
and
was full blooded
Yeah.
from Genoa. Yeah. So yeah, no, she couldn't pronounce it, and I was like, oh, that's the last time I'll name any of our kids. Well, mind you, we thought Jim and Joaquin were the last two boys. So there's a 10-year gap between Joaquin and Javen. Javen's my baby. Well, he's the baby, but he's the tallest.
No.
So
Sounds
and
like my
skinny.
little brother, Jack.
There you go.
He's
go.
12, but he's like 6 feet tall.
Yeah, he's pushing 5'10" right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely bigger than me.
And he's taken over all my shoes. I kind of have like a gimmick where I find shoes on the internet for anything under $40. I snag it. Not a problem. He's got all my shoes now because he wears a size 10 and he's grown in 10 and a half. So anyway, we thought we were done with babies. Buy our first house, moved into our first house, 3-bedroom in Phoenix. Perfect. 2-bath, 3-bedroom, typical on an acreage, half an acre. And the time she was in school for being a nursing assistant. And then lo and behold, she comes home, says, I'm pregnant.
Surprise.
Exactly
It
what
wasn't,
it was.
it wasn't a surprise. It was like,
Well, no,
I,
yeah,
It was like, are you sure?
Yeah.
It was like, wait a minute. Because I'm not going to lie. Joaquin is a spitting image of my wife's side of the family. He has the most Latin name. Now, mind you, his grandfather, the gentleman that we live with, his roots come from Scotland that migrated through the Carolinas. So that's where the term hillbilly comes through.
Appalachian,
So, yeah. So he comes through that. So he looks like a hillbilly, my kid. So when we
same. Yeah.
Right. So when she told me, hey, we're having our second kid, I'm not going to lie. I waited to see if anything on that kid looked like me. The only thing that looked like me
Or his
were
toes.
his hands and his feet. That he doesn't look like Jim at all.
No. Well, I mean, I'll send you a picture of what we all look like.
I was gonna say now I need to see Joaquin.
I know.
Yeah.
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 No,
There's
there's Javen, he's the pretty boy.
Love a pretty boy.
The way he just like just shook his head. He was so
You know what? He's 14.
Oh, he's a baby.
He's a baby.
We need to have him and Jack hang out.
We'll drive down. Anything to do with a hangout with Dad, we're there.
Yeah.
No, he's the youngest. He's the skinniest.
I just realized you have a bow on your head.
Well, yeah, you're not.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I swear to God, I thought that was
decoration.
No, I thought that was the Raider logo.
Hey, you said dress up.
I thought that was the Raider logo.
You know what this thing is right here? It's a tablecloth. I went to the dollar store. I got a tablecloth. I cut a hole in it like it was a poncho, and I was going to wrap it like I was a Christmas present, but it was too fucking hot. I'm too chubby.
I was going to say, you'd be so sweaty. So sweaty.
I was cutting the hole out in the bathroom, putting it on. I have the window open. Within 20 minutes, I was already sweating. I was like, no, this fat kid can't do it. So I'm sitting here on my bed like, what am I going to do with this bag? My kid's expecting me to do some sort of festive thing. So hung it up, and then I went and got a gift bag, and I put my 40 in the gift bag. So
there you go.
You know what?
Yeah,
you did sensational.
Thank you.
It does look good. I can't even lie. It does.
What do
So
All
anyway,
right.
yes.
I have Amanda's
Back-
present. That's all I have.
Hey.
Oh,
Hey, we actually still have your
Open
guys'
it.
presents too.
Should I open
You
it for
haven't
you?
opened your. Yeah.
Wait,
Oh, wait a
Oh.
minute. This is
Wait.
Amanda's present you bought?
that I
There
bought
you
for
go.
her.
There you go.
there you go.
Perfect.
This is actually from. This is the
Meowie.
card that my little brother Jack got me.
That's a
There you go.
that's a great card.
There's your festiveness, Cass.
Meowie Christmas. All right. So, kind of the same thing that we did last time for Halloween. We have some stories revolving the holidays, whether it's Christmas, New Year's. But because you are our guest, we would like for you to go first, please.
Of course you do. You
We
want to
all
kill
ha-
me.
We all have, right? You know she's paranoid. She hates going first. They both go back and forth every episode.
No, it's your turn. No, it's our turn. It's my turn. Yeah.
Damn it.
So do we all have a story today?
I believe we do.
Well, so I have a story that Cassidy also knows the story. She looked into it today.
It's a big one. So we
it's
are
a
gonna
big
do
one.
it together.
All right.
Yeah.
So,
And I
Candy,
wanted to
that's
give
good.
Cassidy a little bit of time off because she had so much editing to do. So I was like, I'll take care of the story. Don't worry, girl. I got this. And it was very overwhelming for me. So I shouldn't have done that. It's fine.
Mistakes were
What a
made.
friend. What a friend.
Mistakes were made. This story is very convoluted and I didn't expect it to be, but I was already too deep. So
Here's the thing.
Where-
I don't know what convoluted means.
Yeah.
it's just a lot. There's a
gotta-
lot.
There you go.
You
So
gotta
There's a
remember,
lot going on.
this guy
there's
comes
a-
from a family with one syllable words.
boom.
Any more than
That
that, no.
That was literally the funniest response you could have had to that. You're like, this is fine for me because I don't even know what that fucking word means. Whatever, let's do it. It's one of those cases that rings of police corruption.
Ooh.
It's
a little-
very Scott and Lacey Peterson-esque.
Okay.
Ooh,
That would be the best way I could describe it.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
without.
saving that episode for now.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Saving that episode. That's the only Scientology. I have to agree with you. I'm kind of obsessed.
Obsessed.
I don't know if I would join to see if I can get out of it, like you say,
No.
but I'm kind
He's
of
always
obsessed.
trying to get me to join.
No.
Well, yeah, because you're also trying to summon demons left and right.
Thank
Listen,
you. Thank
Demons
you.
are way less scary
Thank
than
you.
Scientology.
You know what? Okay, I know we have shit to talk about. Cat, you know what's the scariest story I've heard so far that you guys put out? It has nothing to do with cryptid, has nothing to do with aliens, has nothing to do with death. When she talks about the Matrix,
Oh.
parallel universe,
You're gonna hate our next episode. So
Our next
much.
episode, the one
Shut
that we
up.
just recorded, is all about that.
okay. I can't remember what number episode it was, but I was laying in bed, listening, and I'm
Oh, it just
listening, I'm
made-
listening.
My heart pounded.
And
I'm
she's
excited
talking,
now.
And I got to give it to you, Cass. When you get started and you get revved up, I can hear your emotions.
Oh
dude.
yeah.
You're phenomenal. I love it.
She
Yeah.
can make anyone believe anything ever.
You're absolutely right.
I know.
You are absolutely right.
It sucks. I hate
Absolutely.
capitalism so much because I would be a great salesperson. I just hate capitalism.
Look, you would sell me ice in Alaska. That's no doubt.
Cassidy,
No
that's your
freaking
new
doubt.
passion.
He's a hustler. But
I'm a
seriously,
hustler, baby.
I just want you to know.
that is the scariest shit. Whenever
It
you
is
talk
really
about
scary.
yeah, everything else, I love the stories, but when you started talking about that, I was like, oh man, I can't listen to this one. 'Cause
Just
that
wait
shit
till
scares me.
Wednesday.
God damn
That
it.
shit scares me.
Should I tell them what I covered?
No.
It's
Don't say
all right.
nothing yet.
I'll wait.
Yeah.
I'll wait.
Don't
I'll
say nothing.
Wednesday.
But talking about Matrix and parallel universes, I had to rewatch Matrix last year, and I finally understood why everyone was talking about we're in a Matrix simulation. I never understood that. Just like Convoluted, I never knew. I just thought that was a badass movie. I was like, damn, Keanu Reeves is kicking ass flying across the fucking room. I never knew or thought about it being a parallel fucking universe inside of a machine. And now that I rewatched it, I'm like, holy shit, this does look like a fucking machine that we're all in.
Just
Yeah.
just listen to the episode on Wednesday because
Yeah.
hitting a lot of
I was like, these are a lot of the points that were
Oh, Jesus.
I'll listen to it in my truck. 'Cause
Yeah.
I got better sound in my truck. So
I was saying, don't listen to it while you're falling asleep if that's what scares you.
No,
Let me tell you that.
I'll listen to on Stitcher. You can actually program it to stop after the episode. Usually I don't. I just let the episodes play.
Yep.
So
That's what I like to do too. I'm like, play it through, baby. Let's do
yeah,
this.
just play it through.
Yeah.
Let me fall
Anyway.
asleep to some scary stories.
Well, like I said, I'm either in the mafia or I've killed my wife. That's shit. My wife, and she's addicted to
True crime.
cold case, no cold
Mm.
justice.
I love
anything.
cold justice.
I like the girl. She's pretty bad at the woman. I'm sorry, the woman.
Yeah, come correct, dog, or don't come at all.
The Forensic Files, 48 Hours, all this 48-hour series. She did like Cops and live TV until they obviously took them off the air for other reasons this year. But she loves all that shit.
Wait, they took off Live
Oh.
PD?
Live PD is no longer on TV.
That just broke my heart. I love that show.
Well, you didn't
Well,
even
you know-
know.
I didn't know.
So
You know why? You know why? Because it's convoluted. That's why.
there you go.
I say just double
Jeez.
down. Just throw that word out there as much as you can. That's the only way to handle this.
I'm probably gonna title this convoluted.
You know, I probably don't even know the actual definition of the word. I just kind of like know what it means. So
Oh,
to be fair.
you convinced me. Here's the trick. You've got to know how to spell it now. So that's the challenge.
That I could not do. No way.
Yeah, I know. So without further ado, ladies.
Yeah, I'll shut up, ladies. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Okay.
God, Big Jim. Jeez.
I think I've had 6 White Claws now, so it's gonna be fun.
Nice.
So,
I am jealous.
so Cassidy, feel free to chime in whenever you feel like it.
I got you.
All right. So today we are going to talk about the disappearance of Ben Smart and Olivia Hope. So do you want me to tell my sources?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the
Okay,
best
so
part.
Yeah.
That's
we
the best
got
part.
Wikipedia.
Boom,
obviously.
baby.
We got rnz.co.nz. We got the New Zealand Herald. We
Ooh.
got trudyandtom.tripod.com. I looked at a bunch of different Reddit threads because apparently Reddit is a big thing.
Reddit is the shit.
And then there was the one that you sent me, Cass. What was that? That was
The newsroom.
the newsroom.
Newsroom, New Zealand.
Yes.
Oh, so
Alright.
this story's overseas?
It's New Zealand.
Okay.
Oh, then I definitely didn't hear this.
It's a pretty crazy one. I didn't realize how crazy it was until I was like all the way done with it. And I was like, we got to do it. It's too late now.
I'm excited.
All right. So on the evening of December 30th, 1997, 17-year-old Olivia Hope left work early and she headed out to meet her older sister, Amelia, and 7 of their friends. You okay?
Yeah, I just got racers going up and down my
Oh,
street. I'm sorry.
I was like, it's a ghost.
It happens to me all the time.
All the time.
I live on a
all
main
the
street.
episodes before Jonestown, there was either a bump, a noise.
Oh yeah, we always
something I
do.
knew to-
It just
yeah,
happened recently. You guys recorded on your Instagram story in the middle of it, and I think you even started crying.
Sorry. Something just popped on my. Did you get that email I sent you, Cass?
Yes, I did. I'm
Okay.
still we're still working through a
That's fine.
backlog, but yes, I
That's
got
fine.
it. Yeah.
If you have any questions on what to translate what she means, just ask me because there was a lot of. To this day, she doesn't like talking about it. She's actually, and I didn't know any of that was happening to her at all. So,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Oh,
go ahead.
I
need
don't
to
even.
hear
Yeah,
this story.
I don't. It sounds very convoluted.
It sounds very convoluted.
That actually is a really good use of that word.
Yes, it's
You're
a word
really
that I
fucking
don't know.
nailing it right now.
Ah, let's fucking go, guys. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
All right.
Girls,
So-
guys, girls, ladies, women.
Whatever, you know. So it's December 30th, 1997. We got 17-year-old Olivia Hope. She leaves work early to meet up with her older sister Amelia and 7 of their friends. So clearly, December 30th, they had big plans to have a big New Year's Eve party, in 2 days. So there's this place called the Furno Lodge, and it's in the Marlborough Sounds, which is like the island that's like at the tip of, I think it's like northern New Zealand. And the only way that you could get to this specific lodge was by boat, and that's where their New Year's Eve celebrations would essentially begin. So Amelia, Olivia, and all their friends board this yacht that's called the Tamarack. And the Tamarack is going to take them over to the island that has the Furno Lodge. But they were going to kind of party on it for, all Thursday night, because that was December 30th, the 31st, so all day Friday. And then they were eventually going to go on shore to get to the lodge the following Friday night. So they're hanging out, they're drinking, they're having a good time. On the 31st, which is the Friday, the yacht picks up 3 new people at a different location, and they're all going to start making their way towards the Furno Lodge at this point. So sometime that evening, the boat docks at the Marlborough Sounds, and everyone gets off and they head over to the lodge. And that night at the Furno Lodge, like this was like a huge venue. So there was supposed to be anywhere between 1,500 to 2,000 people there. There was multiple bars. There was insides, outsides, like so many places for people to go. It was almost like half the island. So just tons of people.
Damn.
There were even water taxis all around the area. So if you wanted to like leave early, or you had too much to drink and you're just like so fucked up that you need to go home, there's just these water taxis that'll take you to the opposite side and take you to shore.
It's basically like a lot of people were also staying on their boats.
Yeah, so most people were.
You could stay at the bar, right? And then these water taxis would just be like chilling. And if you're like, all right, I got to get on the water taxi to get back to my boat, that's how you would get back, basically.
That's actually pretty cool. Water taxi.
It is really
sounds
cool.
Fun.
Yeah. So like Cassidy said, every year the boats would all go to the docks, and they would all dock right along where the Marlborough Sounds is, and they would all tie themselves together. So all the people that would attend this New Year's Eve celebration, they would kind of be able to just like, I guess essentially party hop, where they would just go from boat to boat to boat because they were all tied together. Like no one really had a thing.
That's kind of like the Salt River over in Arizona.
It very much is. Where they like
should we go?
Together.
You should definitely go.
It's a great place to get staph infection.
Oh, perfect.
Possibly die.
Staph, herpes, cholera, yeast infection, gonorrhea, anything.
You're definitely getting yeast.
And at the very least, a sunburn, a very bad sunburn.
Like a 4th degree, if that's a thing.
Yeah,
sunburn.
It's bubbling. Things are bad.
Yeah, I don't want a yeast infection, so I'm good. I'm good.
She's like, out of all those things, yeast infection, no go.
We have seen a few dead bodies too.
No, for real.
No, the Salt River, they do. People do throw bodies there.
Not only do we see a few, we also saved 2 people, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
from death.
From death, yeah.
Drowning. They get so fucked up.
Like hammered.
Oh.
No, it's true. People on the Salt River, like they go literally to just get like wasted out of their brains, and then they just drive home on the fucking desert roads. It's terrible and dangerous. Don't do it, kids.
Yeah, because you
don't do it.
You tie all your tubes together for 6 hours and you float down this river, and so you sweat, so everything that you're drinking is coming out. And I think one of the last times that we went, my dad, my uncle, and I think 2 other people saw this guy. It was a pair of twins, which like hours before we saw like partying and jumping off of cliffs and stuff. Well, one of them was in red shorts, I think, and he was face down, floating, fucking just going down the river, and they ran over and fucking swooped him up.
Oh.
Yeah. People get fucking wasted out there. Like
The
It's
gyms,
dangerous, but
saving lives.
It's fun.
it's so dangerous, but
Gym
damn
and
it, it
gym.
is fun. Yeah.
If the gyms are there, they're saving lives. Let me tell
You
you.
know what?
What's
I would
up?
feel safe. I would go as long as the gyms are there.
Well, thank you.
All right, well,
As long as we have
We
at
will-
least one gym, preferably two.
Preferably two.
You will be protected.
got it.
Okay.
On with
So
your story. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
in order to attend this event at the Furno Lodge, you have to pay in advance and you have to kind of like already have your travel plans taken care of. You have to have your sleeping arrangements, already all figured out prior to the event because like you guys said, it's so crazy that by the time you try to figure out where you're going to sleep at night, no one would have any fucking idea what's going on because it's so fucking crazy. So you have to already have everything set up, which Olivia already had, obviously, with her sister and her friends. So sometime after arriving at the Furno Lodge, Olivia meets up with one of her longtime friends. It's a 21-year-old boy named Ben Smart. He was off partying somewhere else, like pretty close by, like maybe on the other side of the island with his friends. And we just assume he took a water taxi or got a ride from someone over to the lodge and he met up with Olivia. We don't know if they were dating or not. Everyone just referred to them as close friends. It's kind of irrelevant. It doesn't really matter. They were both attractive. Just gotta throw that out there.
Hey, listen, the truth is the truth, okay?
He was cute. I saw a picture of him. He was really cute.
You know what's shocking? Sorry,
So-
we're gonna be stopping in the middle. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
We
It's
love
here.
tangents.
It's
We
crazy.
love tangents.
It's crazy how a lot of people, whether it's male or female or non-binary, when they get arrested, how many fans or wives, husbands that they like, I avidly love you. Like the dude who shot up the Colorado, the Dark Knight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
People like stan killers. It's crazy.
Oh my God, it's insane. And that guy is a solid one. He is awful looking.
The worst one is Dylan Roof, the guy who shot up the fucking.
No way.
People love him
Who's that?
online, dude.
What?
He shot up like I think it was a mosque, right?
No. It was a Baptist church.
It was
It was a
Baptist
Baptist church in Texas, and that's the one that everyone talks about where they took him to was it Burger King or Circle K?
Burger King, yeah.
Burger King.
It was
So
Burger King.
Which
It was in Charleston.
no,
And
that
he shot up an Emmanuel African Methodist church because he hated black people. He killed 9 people, all black people, including the pastor. I'm Googling it right now. This is the asshole.
Yeah, that's him.
Oh, that dude.
Ew.
Yeah.
And he has people
Look at that
online
bowl
who like
cut.
are obsessed with him.
Hi,
People
I'm
want to
Lloyd
have
Christmas.
sex with this man.
Yeah, but
If you
I'm
wanna
sorry.
Bone a serial killer or a mass shooter, go to therapy. I'm sorry. Get out of
Yes.
here.
No,
We
seriously.
are not for you.
Seriously.
No.
But
Like
it's not guaranteed they're going to get a conjugal visit, right?
it,
And
you
even if they
don't know. I don't know.
So the Night Stalker.
As long as they get married.
Dude, Ted Bundy got his homegirl to come in, and that's how there was a child born.
He has a kid.
Illegally, it wasn't even technically a conjugal visit.
Yeah. He has a
police
child. I think it's a girl.
And it is a girl.
Isn't that
which is-
crazy? How fucking crazy is that? You do all that shit to women to have a to your first and only child be a fucking girl.
And
Karma.
the girl who he like basically raised was also a girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking
Holy
nuts.
shit.
I'm sorry. But yeah,
Ugh.
it just blows my mind that people have fans that are in prison that are psychopaths.
It's a
Well,
real thing,
Ben
dude.
Smart was one of the people that was a victim. So that's why I said he was cute.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay. There you go. My bad. I'm sorry.
Canceled.
Cancel.
Hey, she's had 6 White Claws, guys, so everything's cute.
I have. I really have. Honestly, I'm surprised I'm not sitting here being like, "Oh, Ted Bundy." Ooh.
Well, you know what? I
Sorry.
started my day with a coffee and a little Jim Beam apple. So,
Ooh, that sounds really good, actually.
Hell
It's
yeah,
actually-
good shit.
and if you mix it with a White Claw mango, shit.
What? What did you just say to me?
White
Yeah.
You
caramel
can't have
nugget.
that. Cassidy,
Yeah.
you can't even have that. Aren't you like allergic to that?
To
No,
mangoes?
I'm not allergic to mango.
Oh, I thought you were allergic to the mango. ones.
Pineapple.
Pineapple.
Are you really?
Yeah, I mean mildly.
Pineapple, kiwi, and banana. All the good stuff.
Oh, that's
Really?
right. Oh, hey, by the way, speaking of banana, do you still have the Gorilla Ghost?
I can't eat banana, and my boyfriend's been out of town for the last month, so we haven't had any bananas here. So
No
I don't know if it's
Gorilla
in or not.
Ghost.
There you go.
There's
All
been
right.
other spooky stuff going on, but
I'm
not
sure
anything
there
with
is.
bananas.
You're always trying to conjure something.
Hey, if you're not conjuring, you're not trying.
There ain't no
Not
goddamn
trying
point.
what?
Trying at the simulation. I don't know what you want from me.
Cassidy. All
Please
right,
continue.
so back to Olivia and Ben. So they're partying together at this lodge. They're having fun. They're drinking. They're dancing, whatever they're doing. And it gets to about 3 a.m. and they're like getting kind of tired. So they want to head back to the Tamarack to go to bed. So they get a ride back on one of those water taxis. And Olivia had already paid previously for the Tamarack, so she had a bed on it. So she was like, oh, Ben, do you want to come back to the Tamarack and just sleep there? Because chances are you're not even going to get back to where you were supposed to go. So whatever. So he's like, yeah. So when they get back to the Tamarack, they get on it and they find out that there's just a bunch of these like passed out, drunk, random people that weren't even supposed to be on it. And they were just all sleeping in all the beds. So Olivia and Ben were like, what the fuck? We have nowhere to sleep now. This fucking sucks. And it was just like too late for them. They couldn't just move the passed out drunk people at this point.
I mean, you could. You probably end up in a fight, but
I mean, it's not worth it at this point. So Olivia's pretty upset. Obviously, I would be too. And a little while later, 30, 45 minutes or so, another water taxi pulls up to the Tamarack, and her sister Amelia and a guy friend of hers gets off the boat. And Olivia's like really upset. She's like, I just want to go back to shore. I want to find somewhere to sleep for the night. Like, this is ridiculous. Do you want to come with us to just find a place to sleep? And Amelia and Rick are like, you know what? We're so tired. We're just going to make do here. We'll find somewhere to sleep. It's not a big deal. And they just stayed on the boat. And Olivia and Ben basically swap places with Amelia and Rick, and they get on a water taxi. So this water taxi was operated by one of the bartenders from the Furneaux Lodge. His name was Guy Wallace. And on the boat, there was another young couple, and then there was a singular man. The man was described as being an unkempt drunk man with scruffy, shaggy hair.
He was a Mexican.
hey, man,
We don't know.
not all of us. Okay.
Let it out, Cass. Let it out, Cass.
Listen, he had long hair.
In New Zealand.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
New
Way to go.
Zealand.
There's a Mexican who traveled that far to fucking just be like, you know what?
You know what? Who knows? He might like them big Aborigine women. Do they got Aborigine women out there? I don't know. But anyway.
One of my favorite things ever is I was posting about all the food that I eat, and Big Jim messaged me and was like, I know you've got a big lady in there somewhere. Inside that tiny little body. I see you eating all that food.
It was your Thanksgiving tacos, air fried tacos. And I said,
They were
in
so
that
good.
tiny body, there's got to be a chubby Mexican.
It's literally not even fair how much Cassidy can eat and just stay small. It's ridiculous.
You see this face? It's jealousy. I breathe in beef broth and I gain a pound. Right? Believe it or not, I'm actually a vegetarian. I don't eat meat. If anything, I'll eat chicken. Well, actually, technically, I'm called.
You don't eat meat?
Mm-mm.
You
Right.
don't eat no meat?
I know that movie.
No.
Big Fat Greek
It's okay.
Wedding.
I make lamb.
Yes. I honestly did not know that movie was that funny.
It's only because of medical reasons. Trust me. I will
Okay.
eat,
That
I will
makes
eat
sense.
everything from the nose to the ass. I'm Mexican. We don't get rid of
I'll eat
Right?
anything.
Right. So that's
And
why
I
I
was
said
vegan for so long.
You were.
Well, see?
You did lie about Jack in the Box tacos not
I
being
didn't
meat,
lie. I
but
was
it's fine.
misled.
Okay. 2:00. 2:00, bars close. Best drunk food to eat at 2:00.
Taco Bell.
Taco. Ooh.
There's no other option.
Jack in the Box tacos.
Come to the Bay Area. There are several options.
Or a taco truck. I know my homegirl right here likes taco truck.
I'm a slice of pizza gal myself when I'm intoxicated.
But we did live in New York, so
I'm gonna give a huge shout out to somewhere in Hayward, and I doubt that they'll hear this, but if they do, if anybody knows them, Americana Pizzeria y Taqueria. It's a pizzeria taqueria.
Pizzeria taqueria.
Yes, Cass, I just saw that, and you just gave me goosebumps from that. Yes.
Owned
because
by
that sounds like heaven.
That really does sound like heaven.
Owned by Mexicans, and I'm gonna tell you right now, them steak fries will put you on another planet.
Do they do taco pizza? Because taco pizza is my favorite thing in the friggin' world.
Oh my God! Remember
It
taco
is
pizza in Brooklyn?
So good.
There's
So
a
there's
place
this
in Long Beach. No, Oxnard. No,
Oh, I was like,
Long Beach.
There's a place that does. I'll shoot you her link. She does just like you. Your eating channel. Yes, please.
Mhm.
She has one that's totally around Oxnard, Santa Paula, Ventura, and this one truck makes taco pizza. I've never seen that in my life.
So
2 months ago.
When we lived in Brooklyn, we lived in Brooklyn Heights, right near Dumbo, which means down under Manhattan Brooklyn overpass. That's what that stands for in New York City.
Loud.
And it's where all these amazing pizza places were, whatever. But we love this place called Front Street Pizza, and they made this taco pizza.
They did.
Where they had the handmade dough, and they would make a bean and ground beef mixture, and then they would top it with lettuce and tomatoes and taco sauce, and you could get a little drizzle of sour cream on the top. I could cry. I miss it so much. Front Street Pizza in Dumbo.
It doesn't exist anymore.
The fat boy and diabetic in me are fighting right now.
It doesn't exist anymore?
What?
I took my husband to Dumbo and I was looking for it and it wasn't there.
Why? What'd they do?
I don't know.
Coronavirus? God damn it, coronavirus.
Why should we exist anymore?
That's how I feel.
You know what? Government, bleep us out.
Boot me out. I don't want to be in a world without taco
Pull the
pizza.
plug, goddammit.
We're ready.
I want to go back to the goddamn what was it called? The Nebuchadnezzar, whatever it's called.
Also, Happy Joe's. It's a Illinois, where I'm from in Illinois. Happy Joe's, they do a taco pizza where they put taco Doritos on the top of it. Listen.
Ooh.
Okay, hold
I'm
on.
getting hungry now.
Time
I'm
out.
so hungry.
Time out. I just made Dorito spicy nacho cheese mozzarella sticks. I'm gonna tell you right now, and I don't ever use this word, fire. Okay? Fire.
All your listeners right now are like, fuck you guys.
Yeah.
Like, get back to the crime.
I'm sorry.
They're like, I'm hungry and I wasn't hungry 5 minutes ago.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, you got two fat Mexican dudes talking about food, and then one woman who.
Hold on. I'm double sexy.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on, we're the same size T-shirt, dog. What you talking about?
Okay, well, there's hope for you yet. But I'm telling you, I'm double sexy.
My bad.
That's all right.
Double sexy. I like that.
That means too fat. Like whenever I go to the doctors, they will, Mr. Salinas, how much do you weigh? And I always say 2, and they're like waiting. I said too much.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say too sexy.
Oh no.
You should tell them that.
Here, wait, I'm
Maybe
gonna
I
go
will
grab
sometimes.
another drink really quick.
Go ahead.
I'm with
Hey,
you.
While we're off topic.
I know shit, huh? You
Yeah.
got a lot of editing to do on this one, pal.
Yes, we're always on
I'm
topic.
telling you.
What are you
Listen,
talking about?
that's one of the beauties.
Yeah, we had a 3-hour episode last time, and we only put out an hour, 20 minutes. We talked about a lot, but I'm gonna go grab a beer too. So hang on.
Absolutely, go ahead. Well, but see, the thing that I like doing is I like keeping everything in. So I started like all of the podcasts that I've listened to is all basically Joe Rogan and all of his buddies,
Yeah.
and everything that they've done is like just keep it in. You don't got to edit anything out. So certain stuff, well, if there's like a large gap of things that don't need to be in there, I'll
Yeah.
probably take it out. For the most part, I leave all this shit in
Yeah.
because people, regardless if it's it's keeping their interest, their attention to whatever it is that we're saying. Oh, look, Cassidy's back. but yeah, so when it comes to like editing and stuff like that, I really don't take that much out. I really don't. And
Except that.
yeah, that might come
Well,
out.
someone I saw, one of our listeners that they watched one of your, I think they watched us on your podcast,
the Halloween special.
Yeah, and they were like, the chemistry between you guys is so great, like it's so natural, and I do feel that. Like, I feel like I get really like. There are certain times where like I get nervous or uncomfortable around people I don't know. Like I'm a social butterfly, but I'm not like as social like as Cassidy is. So I get nervous sometimes. But with you guys, like, I don't know, I just feel like we clicked right away.
She is so much more social than me. You're
such a liar.
I literally was like, she's like, I haven't done anything this year. I'm so sad because I don't get to see anyone or do anything. And I'm like, this is my ideal year. All I do is sit on the couch with my animals. I love that.
You are the most social person I've ever met in my entire life, Cassidy.
Now, honestly, that's how I feel right now. Like the other day, Christmas Day, as a matter of fact, Christmas Day, I was not upset. Okay, not angry, but I was upset. Obviously, with my brother feeling the way that he is, I can't have him coming over and coronavirus. Like,
quit being a pussy. Just say it.
Don't worry, we were both alone. We get it.
It bugs me, man. It pissed me off. It pissed me off, and I had not a bad day at work, but I was an asshole to people at my day job, to say the very least. That's also true. Well, now that we're done getting drinks and are going to the restroom, please, Amanda, continue.
Well, I had to say hello to my wife. I had to say hello. Make sure she got her my wife's a marijuana smoker.
Good.
So, yeah, absolutely.
Italian, Irish. She's a bomb ass bitch.
She's smoking to the head too. She's out there eating broccoli and cheese soup right now, watching some crime story.
I'm sorry. I had broccoli cheese soup for lunch.
Damn.
Like, is she supposed to be my best friend?
She might be.
Hey.
She might be.
Sorry, Cassidy.
Oh, damn.
Sorry.
She's gonna take them roller skates back. You better be careful.
I'm just saying. It sounds like we have a lot in common. She sounds like a great woman.
You might.
She is.
But okay.
All right.
I did say she smokes marijuana, right?
Yeah, and I take edibles every night, so it's fine.
That's phenomenal.
That's it.
Okay.
Different.
So, where were we?
Couldn't tell you.
So there was this man on the water taxi he was scruffy looking, beard, long shaggy hair. Yes. So Olivia ends up kind of telling Guy Wallace, who's the operator of this water taxi, she's like, I really want to just go on shore and find somewhere to sleep for the night. Can you just take us on shore once you drop everyone else off at their boats? And he's like, yeah, no problem. And the other couple in the water taxi later reported that the single man, the scruffy man on the boat, looked at Olivia and said, well, you can come on my boat if you want, but that guy with you can't. And she was kind of like, what are you talking about? And they kind of just took it as a joke, like no big deal. But he was offering for them to sleep on his yacht with them, and they needed a place to stay. So they were like, you know what? Fuck it. You're kind of weird, but we'll do it anyway. Not a big deal. So Guy Wallace drives them over to this man's boat, and his description of this boat was pretty specific. It was described as a 2-masted ketch, which in New Zealand term is a pretty large sailboat, somewhere around 50 feet long. He said it was white with a blue stripe down the middle and round portholes that were kind of just along this blue stripe. So it was pretty specifically described. He lets the man, Olivia and Ben, off his water taxi, and he watches them get onto this blue and white ketch sailboat, and he drives away. The next day, when Olivia's sister and all of her friends hadn't heard from her, obviously they start to worry. By January 2nd, when there's still no sign of Olivia or Ben, both of their parents start to feel like something's obviously wrong here, like they wouldn't just not talk to them for 2 days. And Olivia's parents end up filing a missing persons report. So this is when the search for Olivia Hope and Ben Smart finally begins. So Guy Wallace, the guy that operated the water taxi, he gives his witness statement to the police. He told them all about this kind of weird, scruffy man that was on the water taxi that offered them a place to stay for the night. He described the man in great detail. He described this specific ketch that he stayed on in great detail. And after some more investigation, multiple witnesses came forward describing pretty much the same exact man and same exact boat that Guy Wallace had described. Other people were saying that this man that was being described was aggressively hitting on women all night at the bar. He was making people super uncomfortable. So he was just described as this like super creepy dude, essentially. Other witnesses also described the sailboat in the same way Guy described it, and sketches were made of the man. And he had like long, shaggy hair, kind of like down to here, like maybe like 2 inches long. He had a full beard. He had a really thin, long nose and really small eyes. And sketches were also made of the boat to the exact description. So when police went out to search for the man in the boat, they couldn't find anything. And as they were searching, looking for Olivia and Ben, they also couldn't find anything. No bodies were found, no man was found, and no boat was found. So almost 2 weeks later, after police had been investigating, they had no leads, they had no information, they had nothing showing up. So a detective inspector named Rob Pope ended up taking over the police investigation. And Rob Pope already had a man in his mind. So this man's name was Scott Watson. Scott was a local 26-year-old man, and he had kind of been known for being kind of a tough guy. He had some previous convictions from when he was a lot younger, like when he was like a teenager. Most of them were auto theft, burglaries, or drunken misconduct.
I was gonna say, he only had one charge against him that was violent, and it was an assault charge because he got into a fight when he was 16.
Yeah. So that was 10 years prior.
And also, as someone who got into fights when she was in high school, I don't think jumping to murder is like a normal.
No,
it's not.
Yeah.
Like, obviously he wasn't a great guy. Like, he had some shit, he did some shit, and he was clearly on police radar for a lot of his life, but he's never had anything that had to do with like sexually assaulting a woman or hurting or killing anybody, essentially. So not the best dude, but also
not the worst.
Not the worst in the world. He's not a Ted Bundy.
I don't think anybody can beat out that guy. That guy's a fucking nut job.
I don't know. Do you know about the Vampire of Sacramento?
Cassidy.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Sorry, I was gonna say I'm doing a Patreon episode about him. So
you. Oh.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that one. So
that is
it's a great story.
I'm very upset that you actually know it because that's one of the stories that I wanted to talk about.
It's
Do
one of my
it.
favorite stories ever. It haunts me deeply, and I've been wanting to do it forever, but Amanda is very anti that story because she doesn't handle that stuff well, but we have to do it.
If you need any information on that episode, I recommend listening to a podcast, Time Suck. If you've never
Oh,
heard,
Yeah, I love Time Suck.
yeah, he actually talked
Cassidy knows
about it.
everything.
I love his Elisa Lamb episode too. He's
That was
very
a
skeptical, but
great-
he had a lot of good info with like he actually read the coroner's report, which I loved.
So, okay, God, we're pausing in the middle. I'm sorry. Ghost Adventures. You know where they're
Well,
headed
the
to,
Elisa
right?
Lamb.
Yes,
Cecil
Cecil
Hotel.
Hotel.
the Cecil Hotel. They're
Hotel.
the first ghost show ever to do something there. I'm
I
so
am
excited.
so juiced.
That's their New Year's Eve one, right?
That is.
Yeah, we were talking about how
Although-
we're gonna watch it.
You said the Comedy Store, I thought.
It's
Oh, is
both.
it the Comedy Store?
Oh.
Oh, it's both. Okay.
Dude, that's a great episode. Cecil Hotel and the Comedy Store.
They're fucking
Fuck.
knocking it out, and that's why I put on our story. If you know, you know. People who've either listened to Rogan, Joey Diaz, Red Band, anybody like that, that they constantly say, "Dude, that fucking place is haunted." Like
Do
they
you guys
see
do
shit
you guys
left and
listen
right.
to Joe Rogan?
Absolutely.
Me too. Oh my god.
That's the Podfather. You,
Everyone hates Joe Rogan and I love him. So
Oh, my husband is obsessed with him.
Yeah,
You
I
don't like
haven't
him?
listened to him since
I
he
like
went
him.
to Spotify. But I started to listen to him and Brian Redband since first episode.
Yep. Since they had
You-
snowflakes coming down
Yeah.
on Ustream, folks,
Yes.
not YouTube.
Ustream.
Ustream.
And he used to do his recording on an iPhone.
Yep.
His early days.
He would
But
even
yeah,
do it-
like admitting that you like Joe Rogan nowadays is like podcast suicide, I swear to God.
Yeah.
Shit.
Just
People
in
hate it.
general.
Well, we're all canceled, so.
He said pause, so I figured we were paused.
So let's keep this motherfucker rolling then.
Well, he can edit it out.
I
Well, I've
no.
been to the Comedy Store twice, and I've never seen anything creepy, but it's fucking awesome. I love it there.
That's one place that I want to actually go to. Like I know so much about it based off of everyone who's been on Rogan's podcast or people who have created their own podcasts from Rogan's podcast.
Yeah.
And they constantly are like, I've seen shadow people walking down the hallway past Sam Kinnison's picture. I've seen people standing on the outside where all the comics smoke and drink and hang out. Like there's, oh yeah.
I never saw anything.
Yeah.
I probably wasn't paying attention.
Is
'cause I
that your
have to.
dream haunted location to go to?
No.
What's your
No.
dream haunted location? Let's hear it.
Dream. Ooh.
Good category. Because I have.
Sorry, this is so annoying, Amanda. I'm so sorry.
No, it's
No, I don't care. It's
Man.
better for me, trust me.
You're like, please talk about anything.
Okay. I'll give you my top 3. Number 1, hands down, Preston Castle. Number 2, Lotus Hall in Scotland or Ireland. And number 3, Hellfire Club in Scotland.
Wow, all European.
Yep.
Okay.
his dad's European. Just kidding. I don't know.
I was like,
I'm not gonna lie, you confused me for a split second. I was like, my dad is
You were like, who's my dad?
sorry, son, this is how I was gonna tell you.
Yeah.
I named you after me, but
on a-
secretly.
on a podcast.
I'm gonna let the women comfort you as I tell you you're not my kid.
Yeah, good luck. I look fucking just like you.
I was just
I know.
about
I
to
was
say
like, mini me over here.
I have I really want to go to Hauska Castle.
Of course you do.
I really want to go to Bobby Mackey's.
Yeah, yeah. Jesus Christ.
Whoa.
Was that whose house was that?
That's that's my house.
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Sorry, Fast and Furious went by.
No, I really want to go to Bobby Mackey's. Gateway to Hell, obviously. Just a bunch of gateways to hell is basically.
I mean,
We
why
could
not?
go to what is it? The San Feliz murder house?
San Feliz?
No, is that not it?
Los Feliz?
Los Feliz. Sorry. Isn't that right near us?
Los Feliz is near Echo Park, yeah. It's like
Yeah.
20
We can go
20
there.
to 45 minutes from us, depending on traffic.
Yeah, we could go there.
And
That's
then what's
awesome.
your number 3, Cass?
My number 3, It's probably gonna have to be. I would love to go to Alcatraz.
You've never been to Alcatraz?
No.
Okay,
I have.
I can say this. I've never been, but my wife has been on a school trip, and even she was like, "Yo, there's some weird shit going on over here."
Yeah, I know it's like so basic. That's such like a basic one, but I want to go to Alcatraz so bad. I've never been.
I've been there. It's cool.
But
Okay.
Bobby Mackey might be at the top of the list because I heard that place is fucked up.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
Yeah. I mean, you've seen Ghost Adventures do that.
Sure.
Um,
Which I want to ask, how did Zach's museum almost ruin your life?
I
Ooh.
touched the Dybbuk box.
Oh.
Probably why you're haunted.
And then I walked out. We got an Uber and we were like talking about it, whatever. We went to CVS as soon as we got to Old Town Vegas. I got a nosebleed in CVS. And then I had a bunch of cash on me, obviously, because it's Vegas and I was gambling. And I got robbed.
Okay, hold on. When did you go to Vegas?
I go to Vegas all the time. But
When was
this was
Sucker.
Love going to Vegas.
a year ago in August.
Okay, well, I just went this year in August. And unfortunately, I didn't go into the museum itself, but I was on the outskirts and I spoke with, huge shout out, by the way. I believe his name is Dave. I really hope I'm not fucking up his name. He's the head security guard there. He gave us the lowdown on everything. Cool dude. And Dad, I even sent you the photo. But did you know that Zach Bagans has David Koresh's Super Sport Chevy Camaro parked
Yeah,
in the
you
back?
sent me the picture.
I did know that, yeah.
Okay. I didn't know that. So I'm looking at this badass whip, which is my dream car, by the way. And I'm like, oh my God, it's murdered out everything that I want on it, right? And Dave walks up to me. He's like, that's David Koresh's car. And I was like, I'm sorry. You want to run that by me one more time? And he goes, yeah, Waco. I was like, and it's here? And he's like, yeah, dude, everything on that car is original, from the paint to the tint to the rip on the driver's side seat, which I saw with my own two eyes. Now, like he just said, I tried sending him a picture of this car. Granted, I did take it at night. However, Dave, being the cool ex-cop security guard that he is, has a crazy bright ass flashlight which lit up the entire car. But when I pulled my phone out to take a photo of it, it was completely black.
That makes sense.
I could not see this car.
The things that Zach Bagans owns is insane. He has the VW bus
Oh,
that Dr. Death used to put people. I touched it.
are you serious?
So I was really excited when we got to the serial killer part of the tour, and everyone else was really worried about me. I could tell because they had Charles Manson's electrodes that shocked him to death.
And part of the skull.
They had everything, and I was losing my mind. And I see the tour guide pointing at me, and I was like, "Oh God, what did I do? I'm gonna be on a watch list." I knew it.
Al Qaeda.
I didn't touch it.
Like,
I promise.
I was like, they're not gonna let me fly home. I already feel this. And then so we like get into the next room, and they're talking about like, I'm a big believer. I think that people should, if they have terminal illnesses, should be able to choose their own path. I'm a firm believer in that. And they were like, we want you to open the door to the next room.
They
said
said specifically you?
Me. And they were like, I was like, okay. And so I go, and they're like, don't react. Don't do anything. Just open the door and look at what you're about to see.
Don't react. Are you fucking kidding me?
And it was the VW that he used to very kindly, I know he got convicted of murder, but very kindly put people
To sleep.
Yeah, to sleep, basically.
I think honestly that might be another episode that we have to cover. I'm sorry. Continue.
Wow, we are so off topic. Amanda's like, I'm looking at my phone. I have better things.
No. I was doing something very specific, Cassidy, for you. So
What?
as a drunk girl right now, I just did something, and you will see in a couple days.
So afraid.
Like, I don't know what is wrong with me right now. I just was like, gotta do this.
That's such classic Amanda.
You'll see in a few days, lady. All right.
Damn, that is nuts. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Continue.
But yeah,
I don't
if you
even
want
know.
to see the Kevorkian van, go to Zach Baggins.
Continue. I'm gonna
Kevorkian van.
hit the
Yeah,
head real quick.
Dr. Kevorkian.
But please continue.
I'm
You want-
I'm more interested in Ed Gein's pot.
Oh.
They have that as well, and they also
Go
have
to
some
the
of the shit that
bathroom.
he made.
I'll go to the bathroom too, actually. Be right back.
Look at my dog.
See, that's the kind of dog Jim should. Right now, he has this little white-haired little ankle biter. It is about this big, and he now, when unfortunately, he's already planning what kind of dog he should get. He wants a beagle.
Why?
I don't know. The beagles. I've had buddies who obviously had them for hunting. I'm like, dude, they're gonna tear up your house.
Yeah, I will. My whole
Yeah.
family's, they're all hunters. So
And you have? Did you say you had 6 brothers?
I have 5 brothers.
So there's 6 of you total.
Yeah, I'm the only girl.
That's got to be brutal. I'm the only boy. Well, actually, it's myself and my sister. I have 2 half sisters, and then I have an adopted sister and brother. Their brother and sister. So we've had them since they were 3 and 2 years old. So they basically grew up with us. But I'm the oldest boy.
My youngest brother, Jack, he's adopted.
Okay.
Because my family we did foster care when I was growing
Yeah.
up. So I had a bunch of foster siblings.
Yeah.
And then my oldest brother is technically my cousin. He just lived with us
Okay.
when I was in elementary school. So to me, he's my brother. And he lives in Illinois now. But yeah.
So you're the only one that's out west?
My 2 of my brothers, or 3 of my brothers live in Arizona, which is where my mom and dad live.
Right.
And then I have one brother who lives in LA, but he's moving back to Arizona. He moved out here for like a couple of years because he just kind of wanted to get away, I guess. But LA is hard to hack it, man. So
Yeah. Anything west of that freaking Redlands, California is hard.
very, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, when we moved back here, it was the biggest challenge I had. And I was actually born in Ventura, which is down the highway
really?
from you. Yeah. I grew up in Oakland, and the hardest adjustment I had was coming back at the age of 38 years old. Didn't want to come back. I loved Arizona.
Yeah.
Me too.
Arizona is just really hot.
So
Yeah, oh,
hot.
no. Oh no, it is. It is.
Too hot.
But until I mean, I used to work outside, and the first thing, this one guy, this older gentleman from New York, the first thing he said, because there's a lot of transplants that from other cities that go.
A lot.
So when I first transferred out there, I transferred to a store out in Scottsdale, and this guy his name was Frank, total New York accent. And he's like, first thing I'm going to tell you, get a book. Arizona critters is what he was saying, and indigenous people. I'm like, what the hell is that for? He's like, just trust me. And the indigenous people book is what it taught me was out there. You know what a evaporative cooler is, right? So the indigenous people would spritz their clothes, have the wind cool them down.
Yep.
Most important lesson I had, besides trying to identify a brown recluse. Yeah.
I almost died from a brown
joke.
recluse bite.
You got bit?
Shut
Where?
up.
You have a scar?
Oh,
I
hello.
do, yeah. It's
Hello,
about this
kitty.
big. I was in the hospital for like a week, and I had surgery and all that stuff.
They cut out a bunch of mass?
A lot, yeah.
God, yeah. Those are probably the best bit of information that I got when we moved there. I loved it. I would go back there now, but I can't with my condition. I can't stay within heat above 93 degrees for a certain amount of time.
So hot.
Too hot.
Oh yeah. I
Back
was out
from
there when it was 122.
yeah, before we left, it was 125.
Yeah.
So back from our restroom break. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Amanda, please continue with the story.
Dude, you got a lot of editing.
You really do, buddy.
Listen. I already told Amanda, and based from the last one of the last episodes with one of my friends, JJ Stingray, there's a portion that you and Dad and you and her were talking about, and I didn't fully capture it. So, and like I told Amanda recently, just a few minutes ago, there's not a whole lot that I'm going to be cutting out. If whatever is being said is gold to someone, I'm gonna let it be.
The topic at hand, his friend he went to high school with, she's a cosplay dresser up, kind of like you, Elsa and Anna and type thing, but she's a Marvel. Oh no, you guys are both Marvel fans. That's correct.
Yeah.
I'm a DC fan.
Oh, you're a DC?
I used to do this is really embarrassing, but I used to do cosplay as Poison Ivy.
That's not embarrassing. Yeah, that's not embarrassing at all.
I did cosplay as all the princesses.
I
so-
literally dressed up as Deadpool as one of our past episodes.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Love Deadpool.
Never dressed up.
That is literally
I
my
didn't get
favorite character of Marvel.
Love Deadpool.
So we did that, and the topic at hand, like he's referring to, which I wish he wouldn't have cut out, was about mental health.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well, it's not that I cut it out. I pressed pause so I can move around without all the noise.
It's I mean, stuff like that now, it's in the form. Okay, long story short, his mom, dual diagnosis, bipolar 1, and an alcoholic. So when we talked about that, she was also dealing, she never got into the issue that she was having, but there were a lot of similarities to our story. So without asking, I kind of identified a lot of stuff she was talking about. And it's huge. Mental health is a huge topic right now. And I hate to categorize it, but it should have been out way before than it is now.
Yeah.
Let's turn this on its head.
Yes. Yeah.
And please, Amanda, continue.
All right. So we're at the point where we get to discuss Scott Watson's boat that he owned in the area. So this boat was called the Blade, and it was seen by, tons of different people throughout the night. And he was seen also by tons of different people throughout the night. So this boat, the Blade, was a sloop. So the other word I mentioned was a ketch, which was a 40-foot long sailboat. So a sloop is a much smaller sailboat with less masts. It's like 20 feet long as opposed to the 40-foot long ketch. So pretty different type of boat. So on January 12th, 1998, Scott Watson's boat was seized and taken for examination, and his parents' house and his sister's house were both raided and searched as well. It was discovered that Scott Watson's boat was recently painted from red and white to blue and white. And this paint job happened around January 1st or January 2nd. So when police see that this boat was recently painted blue and white, they're like, oh, he painted his boat. He was obviously doing something sketchy. Why would he paint his boat? But none of this made any sense because he painted his boat from red and white to blue and white after the disappearance happened. And that night they saw Olivia and Ben get on a blue and white boat, not a red and white boat. Oh. So this whole situation didn't even make any sense because he painted his boat after the fact. And why the fuck would he paint his boat the same exact colors as a boat that the police were searching for?
Right.
True.
None of that made any sense. But the police were like, oh, he painted his boat. He's doing something fishy.
So to make it even worse is so this guy painted his boat. That paint was a gift.
It was a gift, yes. He didn't choose the color or anything.
So it's like okay, yeah, people actually use that as one of the things, being like, oh, well, that paint was a gift, so that's why he painted it that color. It had nothing to do with the investigation. It's like, no, he painted it that color because the paint was a gift. How
Yeah.
do you not
Okay.
realize
Hold
that?
on. Hold on. Who the fuck gifts people paint for Christmas?
I guess if you
It
own
was the
a boat,
caretaker, the boat caretaker. That was the title of the guy.
Okay.
listen, do I look like someone who owns a boat? No.
But also just the simple facts of the fact that he painted this boat. It was a red and white boat, and he painted it blue and white on January 1st or 2nd, which is after New Year's Eve. And people on New Year's Eve saw Ben and Olivia get into a white and blue boat, not a red and white boat. It's just so frustrating.
And this is before anyone even reported those two people missing.
Yeah.
So he would have no reason to paint his boat because no one had even reported these people missing at this point.
But also, why would he paint the boat the color of the people of the boat that they were searching for? Doesn't make any fucking sense.
Because he wouldn't know what color the boat that they were searching for was because nobody was looking for them yet.
Right.
Just the whole situation doesn't fucking make any
I
sense.
agree.
I'm already frustrated.
And technically, it takes a long time to paint a fiberglass hull. A long time. You can't do it in 12 hours. We got to.
And the boat is like specific looking too. Like you can't just like do it sloppy. Like if it's, you have to like really pay attention to what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So according to Scott, he tells police, you know, like I went back to my yacht at 2:00 in the morning and I fell asleep, and he was out with a bunch of other friends. He was at the bar. He was on different boats like throughout the night, just like having a good time. And photos of Scott from the night were actually shown to witnesses. So there's this one specific photo that was taken on another boat, and he's like in a group of people. They're all like, they all have drinks in their hands, and Scott is just kind of like in the middle of it. And he has a clean shaven face and a short haircut, and he's in a jean, like button down shirt. And they're all shown, this photo is shown to.
Does that work?
Oh yeah, you can show it.
Yeah. Sorry. Because I was like, oh, I literally just had pulled this photo up. Like for Amanda.
And I guess we could show the sketches. So
There it
yeah.
is.
Yeah.
So there's Scott,
That's
the one that's
Scott.
not, that doesn't have
Blurred
the
out.
blurred out eyes.
By the way, I never understood those.
I
Like,
don't
you
get it
literally
either.
show the entire face.
It's so
except the
obvious. Like,
eyes.
you don't know who I am.
You can't
No,
tell who
no.
I am.
No.
It's not me.
Like this.
Yes, you absolutely can.
You can't tell
Yeah,
It's literally
you make it
this.
Worse like that.
literally don't know who I am.
Who is that? Oh my God, it's Jim. Oh fuck, it's Jim. Oh. Get out of here. Get out of town.
So
Sorry, I
clearly,
scared my dog.
oh, Sydney. So clearly you can see he has short hair, you know, clean shaven. So this picture is shown to all the witnesses, including Guy Wallace, and they're all like, no, that wasn't the man that Olivia and Ben got on the boat with. Like, not at all. That wasn't even close to what he looked like. So this is the photo of the sketch that was created after like 5 different witnesses gave their description of this mystery man.
Oh my.
It looks like the Night Stalker.
It doesn't look anything
I
like.
was just thinking that it looks like the Night Stalker.
Yeah.
It looks like Richard Ramirez. For those who are just listening, the dude has long hair, a super thin nose, and a very round face. The guy who Cassidy just showed us on the phone had very short hair, almost like blonde hair, kind of dirty blonde hair, and
No
a very
beard.
no beard, and a very
Clean-
narrow face.
Clean complexion. That guy had a dirty complexion.
And no hooded eyes. That's like
Yeah, the eyes were very small. So that's another thing that a lot of witnesses said.
That is a
where Scott had
horrible composite sketch artist.
No, doesn't even look anything like him. So, like I said, all the witnesses were like, that dude is not the dude that I saw that night. That's not the mystery man. But regardless of what anyone said, it really didn't fucking matter because 6 months later, police arrested Scott on June 15th, 1998 for the murders of Olivia Hope and Ben Smart. And he had a 3-month-long trial, and over 500 witnesses ended up going in front of the jury during this trial. So there's a whole bunch of evidence that Cassidy and I are going to discuss with you now. And this is the evidence that was presented to the jury. So we'll start with the boat, obviously, the blade. That's probably like the biggest thing that doesn't make any fucking sense. There was hundreds and hundreds of boats in the area on New Year's Eve, but Scott's boat was the only one that was seized that night for examination. And it didn't look anything like the boat that was described. Of course, 2 weeks later, when they found the boat, it was blue, but that night it was red, and it was half the size. So when they examined this boat, they found out pretty soon that it was pretty deeply cleaned, like pretty recently. It looked like someone had scrubbed down all the surfaces. There was, all the cleaning supplies everywhere. So they were like, ooh, he scrubbed blood and shit off the boat. He's suspicious. Blah, blah, blah. And it's like, no, fuck you. He was probably just cleaning his boat because people clean boats, idiot.
Told you she liked
okay.
it.
When you have a boat, everyone I know who's ever owned a boat, they like literally after any big outing, they clean the boat because otherwise it rots the wood.
Right.
Well, I read.
Rot the wood. They have to clear out the bilge pump. They have to clear out all the filters. They have to clean out the motor if it's salt water to fresh water. Yeah, it's a lot of work. Sorry, go ahead.
But it's not unusual that a boat would be cleaned. That's not like
Jim, do you have a boat?
No, not at all.
Because I want to go on it if you do.
I don't have the reason why I say this, I mean, I've been on a few, but my neighbor down the street, every Sunday afternoon, he's out there cleaning his boat.
There you go.
So he's out there cleaning, he's out there spraying, and you could tell this dude loves it. Probably loves it more than his wife. But he's out there scrubbing it, cleaning it, putting the water hose to the pump, cleaning out all the injectors, everything. So yeah, it's a lot of work. Yeah.
And I did read in another article that Scott kind of mentioned something about this. He was like, well, I was recently on a 10-day journey with my boat. So I was cleaning it, kind of from that journey. So a lot of people were like, everything that Scott said was just fake, but I don't know. Take that with what you will.
Right.
So
I have so many opinions.
Well, because this is
you already know.
It gets really weird. So another huge part of this case and examining the boat was that they found scratch marks on the inside of the hatch that led to the inside compartment of the boat. So of course the police are like, scratch marks? Obviously those are Olivia trying to scratch her way out of the boat. That's just immediately what they think of. But upon further examination of the hatch, it was determined that these scratch marks, first of all, they were only on the complete underside of the hatch to get out.
Yeah.
And no, they weren't. Sorry. The scratches ended up coming up the sides of the hatch. They weren't just on the
outside?
bottom.
So
so they were
somebody grabbed it?
Right. So they would be all the way up here, if you were to have opened up the hatch. So the only way the scratch marks would have made it up there is if the hatch was actually opened. Right. And what the police were saying was that Scott Watson was holding Olivia down there and locked her down there, and she was trying to scratch her way out, but the scratch marks were found on the outside that could only be done if the hatch was open.
For the record, this hatch, so it had a base of wood or metal, but it was made out of styrofoam. If you're being held captive are you just gonna scratch at styrofoam? Or are you gonna fucking destroy it?
I'm gonna headbutt the shit out of that thing.
Yeah, I'd be destroying styrofoam until I got to the metal. So it seems more likely, as I own several styrofoam coolers, when I put a beer in or take them out or put in ice, it scratches it. Styrofoam scratch is really easy.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say I just punch a hole to the side of the wall and grab a beer.
Whenever I see styrofoam,
Sometimes.
I just destroy it. Just like that. But yeah,
also, the hatch could only be locked from the inside. So there's no possible way that Olivia could have been locked underneath inside unless the guy was down there too.
Right.
So it doesn't make any sense.
And even if he was, she could unlock it and get out.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Usually those latches are double. You have to have 2 hands.
Yeah.
And you have to crank it. It has to be sealed in case.
Bye.
He disappeared for a second.
He's like, fuck this, I'm out.
Yeah.
No, I just got to tell a story. I can't let my wife hear it. So my girlfriend in high school, her mom's boyfriend had a sailboat, and the hatch are talking about, she was a freak, by the way.
Oh,
but anyway,
that's great. I'm glad this is part of the story.
It's all right, dude. You're old enough. So in order, we almost capsized. So everything has to be airtight, like you're saying. Everything is sealed and it's overlapped, has a water gasket. Each latch is either a turning rate, basically a wheel, or a double latching mechanism. So it's not easy. And to scratch that is almost impossible. You can do it with metal. With metal, you can't do it with fingernails.
Not to mention, Ben was supposedly down there too. So it's like, it doesn't really add up how like Ben and Olivia would have been locked down there where the lock is on the inside and where the fuck is Scott Watson? Yeah. Like it nothing adds up.
No, none of it.
So the main piece of evidence, and really the only physical thing that they were able to even take from this boat, was a tiger blanket that was on Scott's bed. So of course they grabbed the blanket and they took it in to examine it. The first time it was examined by ESR scientists, they really didn't find anything except some like dark hairs. And they were like,
it might have just been his pubic hair.
Yeah, they were like, oh, we see a couple dark hairs, we see a couple pubic hairs, body hairs. It's not a big deal. They didn't really think anything of it.
So there was no pecker tracks.
No pecker tracks.
Jesus Christ.
Canceled.
Dude, I'm 51. I've done some stuff, dog.
No. That doesn't need to be said.
I told you, dude. Anything before 1989, it's all your mama. I won't repeat it.
Leave it there. Just bookmark it.
I already told you my Tijuana story.
I did tell you, and it was enough. It's
phenomenal, dude. I was 14.
It was enough.
Listen, shit happens.
Sorry, it
was
does,
enough.
right?
I just love that it was enough.
Please continue.
Okay. So Ben, he had darker colored hair, but the scientists and the police didn't seem to really care about finding anything that was on Ben at all. They just were focused on Olivia. They were like, oh, the scratch marks must have been from Olivia's nails. And now they're looking specifically for blonde hair because Olivia had blonde hair. So they're looking for blonde hair on this tiger blanket. So, like I said, they don't find any blonde hairs. They just see dark hairs and pubic hairs and whatever, and they don't think anything of it. And right after they examine the blanket the first time, they end up getting a little baggie full of actual hairs from Olivia's house, like either from her brush or whatever. Her parents ended up giving that as evidence. So the scientist takes out Olivia's hairs to examine them on her table. and she scoops them back up and puts them in her bag, then takes the tiger blanket, puts it on the same table that the hairs were just on to re-examine the tiger blanket, and lo and behold, 2 blonde hairs are found. So you're gonna tell me that the hair, like when she was picking up the hairs from the bag, that 2 maybe didn't slip out and get stuck to this tiger blanket?
No. They absolutely did.
Or I was chatting with Cassidy about this earlier. Cassidy was like, he was out at the bars, he was at the parties, he was having a good time. You're gonna, like, if he hugged a blonde woman,
Who is he right next to?
and he's literally next to a blonde woman in this picture.
Huh.
And
So-
you're gonna tell me you've never gone home after like just being near a woman? I'm sorry, women shed like crazy.
Yes,
our hair
so
drops
much.
out of our head constantly.
Trust
Anyone
me, I
who's
get examined all the
ever
time.
Met me is a suspect in my murder.
My hair is
immediately.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Screaming infidelities. But so but like he was just with a blonde woman, let's say, that got on his shirt, and then he's sitting down on his bed taking off his
Yeah.
shoes, doing whatever, and then it gets on that, like, they don't know if it's hers.
No.
We
Right.
all know now in 2020, we all know that hair fibers are bullshit.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's something we thought was interesting and important in the 90s and the early 2000s, but we learned that hair fibers are bullshit.
Yeah, that don't mean a goddamn thing.
They
Transfer
don't mean
And
anything.
And the scientists said, like, the odds of this being Olivia's hair was 28,000 to 1. So
Jesus, those
we don't
are-
even know.
And that's
I
the
wouldn't take that
only
bet.
physical evidence they have against this kid.
Literally the only.
And what's crazy is that sounds like a very convoluted amount of evidence.
Very convoluted.
Dropping that convoluted.
Bam,
So-
son.
And then at the trial, when they presented this baggie that the hair was in, they noticed, and not only did they notice, but they mentioned it at the trial, that there was a slit about this big in the bag. And they were like, how did
half
that
an inch.
slit? Yeah, they were like, how did that slit get in the bag? And the scientist was like, oh, when I took it out of the envelope, like I cut the envelope open, and I must have accidentally cut the baggie too.
Good. I'm glad.
Evidence.
I'm glad you're being paid probably $70 an hour to cut evidence. You
Oh,
fucking
$70 an hour is less than I guarantee you what they're getting paid.
But like strands of hair are so fucking small. Like there's no way that little pieces of hair couldn't possibly have gotten out of that slit. It's like, but nobody cared. Nobody fucking cared during the trial. They were like, oh yeah, it's fine. No big deal. So this whole case was circumstantial.
Right.
They had no real evidence except they had the tiger blanket, but they had no bodies. They had no blood evidence. They had no murder weapon. They didn't even have the right boat, even though they acted like they did. So a month after Scott was arrested, these 2 guys that were considered jailhouse snitches, they called the police and said that Scott had admitted to them that he killed Olivia Hope and Ben Smart. And Scott ended up kind of like talking about this whole situation. He was like, first of all, those people are not the people I'm going to tell my secrets to. Like, are you fucking stupid? And second of all, he was instructed by his lawyers, his family, especially his dad, to not say a damn word to anybody at all.
Beyond that, I don't know if you know this, Amanda, those jailhouse snitches came forward and said they were lying.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, they literally
shit.
came forward and said, one of the guys said he wanted early parole because he was in danger because some gangs in prison were making him feel unsafe. And the cops told him, well, if you want to get early parole, the way you do it is you say this.
Oh shit,
Shut
I didn't even read,
up.
because I read a lot of the witnesses had like, they were like, oh, maybe it's him, blah, blah, blah. And then they ended up retracting that and they were like, it definitely was not him. Like, I'm sorry I even said maybe.
The jailhouse snitches what the main guy literally came forward and said, I only did that because I wanted to get let go on parole because I was having issues in prison with other inmates and I was afraid for my life. And the cops told me the only way to do it was to say what I said.
Damn.
I
That
can
is
honestly
such-
say,
so fucking-
as family members who have been incarcerated, that amount of time will have you do anything.
Yes.
I mean, I believe it.
I
for
know.
Sure.
Yeah.
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 I
You're
have a
looking
fa-
out
No,
for
no,
yourself
don't
at
even-
that point.
Yeah. Let's put 30 years was enough for this guy. He wanted out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, totally.
I mean, I don't blame them, honestly, for trying to do everything they can for them to get out.
No,
Yeah.
that's an issue with policing.
Yeah.
And obviously it's not just America, it's worldwide. You know what I mean? Like
Sure.
that's what we're learning
Sure.
through this story.
Yeah.
Because that cop who showed up and took over the investigation, the second day, he said, I'm pretty sure I know who it was.
Like
And
immediately.
He said it was Scott Watson when there was no proof. They have no body.
Nobody.
They have no blood. They have no proof these people are even dead. And they put a man away.
And they never even found this specific, like, this boat was literally described by 5 people that had seen Olivia and Ben get on the boat, yet nobody could find this specific boat. So they were just like, oh, this one is probably it.
I'm gonna read a quote for
Probably
you
it.
guys. Yeah, I'm gonna read a quote right here. And it's gonna remind you of the Lacey Peterson.
It's so
case.
similar, dude.
A number of witnesses who subsequently came forward with sightings of the catch were either told their information was not wanted or that their statements were never followed up upon.
Wow.
A former detective came forward. His name was Mike Chappelle, and he worked on the case. He claimed that officers had been told not to follow up on sightings of the 2-masted catch.
What the
The
fuck?
police were also accused of spreading rumors about Watson before they even arrested him and using heavy-handed tactics on witnesses to get them to admit things they didn't see, like that jailhouse witness. Guy Wallace was interviewed for 3 hours and was repeatedly accused of lying. And then the police even suggested to him that he was involved and maybe the murderer.
Yes,
To try
a
and
lot
get
of
him-
people said that.
Jeez.
To try and get him to
Fuck.
say what the police wanted.
Yeah.
The police intimidated every single witness because they wanted to close this case, and they already had a guy who they thought was quote unquote bad. And they were like, well, this is our chance to put him away.
Yeah.
So the definition of racial profiling?
Yeah.
So the
I mean,
definition of
yeah.
police fucking, I don't even, being awful, which is what they seem to do.
Well, they're using their power to terrorize.
Yeah.
You know,
It's very not only Lacey Peterson, but Stephen Avery.
Yeah.
Like very similar to Stephen Avery, where they're
Yeah.
like doing shit.
They're not concerned about solving the crime. They're concerned about closing the case. That's
Yeah.
the issue. And that's a governmental issue in a ton of countries because police departments are paid. Sorry, I know you're laughing at me.
Get a
Police
cast, get a
departments
cast. Come with it.
are
Come with it, cast.
They are paid depending on how many cases they can close. So are district attorneys. So are the Crown, as it's called in this country.
Yes.
People are given money depending on how many people they prosecute. So they don't care if you're guilty. They want to get paid. Capitalism ruins everything.
Are you talking to VP Kamala Harris?
Whoa.
Oh, don't even get me started on Kamala Harris.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
No politics here.
No. Yes.
No.
None.
Okay.
None.
I'll leave
None.
it alone.
Cut that.
Canceled.
I'll leave it alone. I'll leave it alone.
We don't want to get canceled here.
That's all right.
So, okay,
You're
before I
absolutely
get
right.
We'll
before
talk
I get
later.
into
Yeah.
you can talk later. Before I get into the final thing that kind of like sealed the deal for the jury, there's one more kind of little piece of evidence. There was in the photo that Cassidy showed you of Scott Watson, he's wearing like a jean button-down shirt, and the police could never find that specific shirt. They were looking everywhere. They were like, that shirt doesn't exist because Scott got rid of it. He was trying to hide the evidence of him murdering Olivia and Ben, blah, 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 blah. And Scott's like, well, if you really wanted to nail me, when you raided my parents' home and my sister's home and my brother's home, I have multiple jean shirts all over the place. You could have easily just taken one off the thing and planted it in my boat and just said that was my jean shirt, but you didn't. So he's like,
that's a pro cop. I mean, that's not.
Well, that's what he said. He literally was like, you could have done that.
No, I know. I'm just saying, like, that's like assuming the cops don't do shit like that.
But just with that, the amount of the attempts that they're trying to pin something on this guy, there's so much transfer between every residence and every person that those blonde hairs or whatever evidence that they're trying to justify could have been any one of them.
Easily.
Yeah. And the final piece of evidence that actually came out at the very, very, very last second of this trial by the prosecution, like all the evidence was laid out on the table for the jury. And at the last minute, the prosecution was like, wait, we have one more thing to tell you. And they came up with this elaborate theory called the two-trip theory. Now, to me and Cassidy, this theory doesn't make any fucking sense. It was basically a theory based around a timeline made by 3 water taxi drivers that night. So there was only 3 water taxi drivers working. There was Donald Anderson. There was another dude named, I think his name was something Mullion, and he stopped working at like 2:30, so he was kind of irrelevant. And then there was Guy Wallace. So Donald Anderson stated to the police that he took a man that looked exactly like Scott Watson to his boat all by himself sometime between 2 o'clock and 4 o'clock a.m. Scott said he arrived to his boat alone at 2 a.m. and went to bed. But at the lodge, at the Furlough Lodge, between 3 o'clock and 3:30 a.m., Scott Watson apparently had an altercation with a guy named Oliver Perkins and a bunch of his friends at the bar. So this whole timeline would put Guy Wallace, who was operating the taxi around 3:30, 3:45 a.m., bringing Amelia, the other couple, and the mystery man back to the Tamarack, would put Scott Watson as the mystery man going back to the Tamarack, just based on this timeline. But a lot of Scott Watson's friends that were partying with him on the other boats all said that they saw Scott back on his boat around 3:30 a.m. all by himself. So there's like a lot, like I said, convoluted is the word. A lot of convoluted, weird information going around here, a lot of times thrown out. And the issue is that everyone was fucked up. So I don't understand how time, like a specific time, could even be really said here, because everyone's drunk except for Guy Wallace, the taxi guy.
Right.
And he's the one that said that was not Scott Watson, and he's the only one that wasn't drunk. So they present this whole theory of this timeline of people saying things to the jury, and the jury goes, that's it. He's guilty. That threw me over the edge.
Just like that.
Just like that. Literally, like half of the jury based their verdict solely on this one thing, which doesn't even make sense. Yeah.
So he's incarcerated. Did they find the 2 people?
Nope.
They never found their bodies. They
Shut
never found the boat. They never found anything. He's been denied parole so many times throughout the years, and he's been sitting in prison for over 20 years.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
There's not even any blood. Like, there's nothing. We don't even know if these people are actually dead. They could have drowned on accident, falling off the fucking boat. They could have gone for a swim because they were wasted at 5 a.m. We don't even know if they're dead.
The scratch marks, you didn't find any nail clippings in the scratch marks? It didn't seem like they looked very hard.
What a full nail. Like when you're
A full
scratching
nail.
Yeah,
at your,
and you
if
can't-
you're
like I
scratching
said,
at
you-
something like that, your nail is gonna come off.
It's
Yeah.
also it's styrofoam. Why would you not destroy the styrofoam? Who's just gonna be like, oh, let me scrape this styrofoam with my fingernails? No, you're gonna rip that shit apart trying to get
Yeah.
out if someone's
Yeah.
trapping you.
and even getting to once you get through that, and you get to the actual fiberglass fibers, you're
That's
gonna
what-
get some. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. So no, I agree. Fiberglass is not easy. It's hard. Fiberglass hardcore. Not a human is gonna scratch it.
No, they
No.
said
At
that
all.
there were scratches in styrofoam.
Well, that's believable, but not through
Not through
fiberglass.
fucking fiberglass.
Not if you're trying to get out. I'm sorry if I'm
Yeah.
if I'm trapped and there's styrofoam and then fiberglass, I'm gonna tear through that
Sure.
styrofoam to get to the
Sure.
fiberglass.
Sure.
But
That's
this
it.
whole case just seemed like immediately they were like trying to find ways to pinpoint this on Scott Watson instead of actually look for who did this and where the fuck Olivia and Ben were. Like it just didn't seem like they cared that much.
So, like you said, was there an Olivia and Ben? Do they exist?
They exist. Their parents and their friends and everyone were there throughout this. But I did read something else that said that the police didn't really care at all about Olivia's sister and what she had to say. They kind of just like brushed over everything Olivia's sister was saying and her like testimonies.
Wow.
God
Statistics.
damn it.
All statistics, right?
So that's the disappearance of Ben Smart and Olivia Hope on New Year's
Jesus
Eve.
fuck. It's a good fucking story. Jesus.
I like it.
Right?
I like it.
I love it. I mean, it's making my mind fucking twist and turn, but
It's so frustrating. I
It is,
fucking
like,
hate that kind of shit.
Okay, your
Okay.
turn, pal.
yeah, my turn.
Yeah, your turn.
You go, or I go. How much more time? You're gonna let us go for how long?
We're already
We're
at
already
two,
at like 3 hours.
we're
I
at-
know.
We're at 2:15
I just have to
right
pee.
now.
Go ahead.
Go
go ahead.
Pete.
Yeah.
I'm chilling. So,
So,
Yeah.
all right, I'll go first.
Okay.
Okay. So this is going to be the story of the Ortega family, or also known as the Ortega Massacre.
Ortega Massacre.
This is the end of the year New Year's holiday special. So with that being said, it's only right to put this in the essence of Christmas as well.
That's right.
So, with that being said, here is the gist of this story. December 21st, 2008, not very far from probably you two in Covina.
Covina. Not far at all.
Not far at all. Now, like most Latin households, the kids were opening presents on New Year's Eve, not New Year's Day.
Christmas.
And Christmas Eve. Excuse me, thank you.
I'm all like, yeah, they're totally opening presents on New Year's.
By the way, I just realized this has 8.9% alcohol. I thought it said 6.9, so
Are you only on your first one?
I'm on number 3.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, here we go. Party up, peoples.
Party up, bitches. I
Yeah.
had 7 White Claws, so
You're,
So-
a champ. You're a champ for that.
Thank you. Yeah, I didn't I didn't read it until the third one. So that's my fault.
wait, it's 8.9?
Yeah, 8.9
Damn.
times 3.
Times 3. A
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing
It's
that.
okay. You're gonna be fine.
So now at this household, there was about 20 to 25 different people there, and there was a gift wrapping party going on.
Okay.
So there were smiles, there was laughter, family being there, and everyone was just having fun. And that's until old Saint Nick walked in and killed several people.
Santa Claus?
Santa Claus. Get
Yeah.
ready.
Oh
Somebody was
no.
dressed up in the suit and shot
Yes.
these people.
Just wait.
Oh no.
Now, I'm going to talk about the Ortegas. This is the Ortega massacre. They lived about 30 minutes from LA. They loved Christmas. This is probably one of their most favorite holidays, to the point where even neighbors were like, there's this is the holiday that they celebrated. There's 4th of July, there's
Jim. Most Mexicans do.
yes. Yes. That's very true.
Yeah.
But everyone said this is their holiday.
Absolutely.
So they had fun with everyone. The entire Ortega family was there, from children to parents, children of children, to the point where even a neighbor said if you were a friend with one of the Ortegas, you were friends with them all. So they enjoyed this. They were a very welcoming family. Now, as I said, it was Christmas Eve, 2008, and Joseph and Alice Ortega, these were the parents or the heads of the family, invited all of their adult children to this Christmas party. Their son James, their son Charles, and their 3 daughters, Leticia, Alicia, and Sylvia. And like I said, laughs and love filled the entire home of the Ortegas until about 11:30 p.m. Around that time, what ended up happening was a crazy poker game of, and that's one thing too that neighbor said, is that when they got into game mode, that's all it was. It was shit talking, it was drinking, it was having fun. They were just having fun. Now, like I said, at around that time, at around 11:30 p.m., the doorbell rang. An 8-year-old, Katrina, and I apologize for this last name, folks, Yusufbolsky, Yuzefpolsky.
Okay.
Exactly.
Good to me.
Yusufbolsky. She answered the door. And when she answered the door, there stood him himself in the flesh, old Saint Nick. Now, before I go anywhere else, at 11:45, frantic 911 calls were called from the neighbors both next door and across the street. Neighbors were saying, "Oh my God, the entire house is engulfed in flames. It sounded like a bomb went off. I heard gunshots. Everything that can be the worst thing that you can think of was happening, coming from the Ortega household." Other calls, sorry, I just said that. But when the police arrived, one of the officers said that he can describe this as a apocalyptic uh, uh, scene. That's how bad the fire was. The entire house was engulfed in flames. Entire house. Excuse me.
How old is this story?
2008. So
Okay.
18,
Not far.
12,
12.
12 years. I'm terrible at math. 3 years of summer school, folks, and I still can't fucking get it.
I can't do math at all, so it's fine.
Good. Thank
The
you.
way to be.
Now, when the police got there, they said, the police and firefighters got there, they said that the flames reached about the height of 50 feet. Okay. It took roughly 80 firefighters and over 2 hours to stop the entire blaze. 16 people were accounted for after the first responders were available to search the home once the fire was out. Now, keep in mind, it was about 20, 25 people. 9 bodies, however, were discovered inside of the home that were so badly burned that they couldn't even recognize them. So they had to identify them by dental records.
Ugh.
Those people were Joseph Ortega and Alicia Ortega, the mother and the father or grandfather, Charles and James, both sons, Alicia Ortega, Cherry Lynn, and Teresa Ortega, Michael Andre. God, these beers are fucking right now.
Those camouflage beers, you never see them coming.
Well,
You never see them coming.
you stepped away, but I thought these said 6.8. They're 8.9. Yeah. So, excuse me.
R.I.P.U.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Michael.
Tomorrow.
Michael Andre Ortiz and Sylvia Ortega Pardo, a couple who had recently left the party prior to the fire, had spotted a 2008 blue Dodge Caliber driving up to the home and a person dressed as Santa Claus walking towards the home. Now, what exactly happened? When the 8-year-old Katrina opened up the door, like I said, to her amazement, Santa Claus, old Saint Nick, was standing there. And she was filled with shock and awe that Santa Claus is right there with a gift in hand, literally wrapped in hand. And as he came towards her, she was like, "Oh my God, Santa Claus is here. He's a real person. He's not fake. I could see him directly in front of me." That was until he pulled out a 9mm pistol and shot her in the face.
Oh,
Child.
An 8-year-old child.
Santa!
Saint Nick pulled out a 9mm pistol and shot her in the face. It's not funny.
No, it's awful. It's upsetting.
Immediately following, he shouted, according to some reports, was "Feliz Navidad, motherfuckers," and shot 9 other people. He began firing into the crowded home. Two of the people that were struck was a 16-year-old and a 20-year-old. One was shot in the back and the other was shot in the ankle. One person ran upstairs and jumped out of a second story and eventually broke her ankle from jumping out. My wife is over here.
Oh.
While police and fire crews battled the blaze, they investigated a now crime scene. The surviving daughter, Leticia, when questioned by police, she said she knew exactly who the shooter was. She stated he looked exactly like Bruce. Now, 45 minutes away in, I may pronounce this wrong, Silmar, another awful event occurred. Brad Pardo came home from a Christmas party at around 3 a.m. to find his brother, Bruce Pardo, dead in his living room. Bruce was found with a self-inflicted gunshot wound under his chin and with an exit wound from the top of his skull. Now, who the hell is Bruce? Well, I'm going to tell you.
Well, there was someone at the party that was Pardo, Sylvia.
Look at you knowing information.
I'm paying
Amanda
attention.
coming in clutch right now.
I'm
Check
paying
this
attention.
out, lady.
There it is.
Oh, look how cute.
Aw.
For those listening, Big Jim is holding up his water bottle with the Drinking the Koolaid podcast sticker.
That's
Some
right.
motherfucking rock stars.
There it is. Amanda is also sporting her sticker on her microphone stand.
By the way, I just received the picture, your third sticker with both of you guys together in the mic. I just got it. I ordered.
Really?
Yes, I ordered all
Wow.
these stickers like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
I just got that third one last week.
Blame COVID.
Always blame
tea
COVID.
spraying. What the fuck?
Always blame COVID.
That's weird.
Yeah,
Now-
But anyway, product placement.
Yeah, product placement.
That's like me with this thing the entire time. I don't know
I
what to do
saw
with
it.
it. I got this
I didn't
in
know
my
it's a 666. God damn
in my
Okay,
in my
hang on.
FabFitFun box, and I don't know what the fuck to do with it. So I guess I was like, I don't know.
It's awesome. It's awesome. That's marketing 101.
That's
For
right,
real.
baby.
I was on Twitter with. Okay, pause your story, son. I was on Twitter with Cass just a few weeks ago, and we're going back and forth, and all of a sudden, it came up. I don't know if you showed Amanda. She had 666 followers. Then, just like last week, he had 666 following you. Are the numbers still the same?
No, we got more followers, but we still only follow 666 people.
Yeah, that was scary. When that
But
happened, I
did-
agreed with you. Amanda, she's scary.
I
No
know.
comment. No
That's what I've been
comment.
saying.
No
You,
comment.
you don't have to comment. We already know for those who listen to the podcast that you want to conjure everything.
I don't want to, but I feel compelled to.
Compelled.
That is the exact same thing. That is convoluted.
Very convoluted. I agree.
A convoluted way to look at that. You're not wrong.
So
Hey, you know what? She's probably the most curious out of the four because this fucker would not.
I'm
curious
so
like
curious.
that.
I'm too
I wouldn't
curious.
I
No.
kind of would, but at the same time, okay, I'm on the fence. I will say that. Like, I lean towards, yeah, I will totally do an Ouija board thing. And then I'm like, you know what? I've seen too much Ghost Adventures. Fuck that.
Fuck
I tell you
that.
what, I would be holding Cass's shirt tail over my head trying to get to any spooky house that she conjures at any time. I'm 270 pounds, dog. You might be 120 on a bad day. I will not have a problem hiding behind that young lady.
That makes two of us.
Just throwing it out there.
Listen, I've got my cursed stone right here.
I was gonna ask you what
Yeah.
that stone, what that necklace was, and you've already answered it.
My stepsister sent it to me, and she said it looked cursed, so she sent it to me, and I love it. I'm obsessed with it.
Does look cursed.
Looked cursed.
Where does your stepsister live? Arizona?
Arizona. Yeah.
Okay.
You
Okay,
have so
let's
many
say-
people you could hang out with.
Hypothetically, walking down Mill Avenue, and
My
she
dad
could-
lives on Mill Avenue.
There you
God,
go.
the fuck.
And you see a little guy on the corner with all this jewelry, and the first thing that pops in the sister-in-law's head, oh, that's for Cassidy.
Cursed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
my dad lives right on Mill Avenue. He lives in that high-rise building right there.
No
Uh,
way.
He does, yeah, right there.
We left just before the tram was put in downtown.
Yeah.
So a
Oh,
lot
yeah.
of the stuff,
Yeah.
a lot of the stuff that has gone up is definitely new. But I will say, and if you do understand, have you been to the library?
Yes.
Damn it. Cass,
My-
you are
so-
fucking oh my god.
So my dad lives right on Mill Avenue. First of all, he's the coolest person in the entire world.
He's
The
very cool.
mixologist.
that's
Yeah.
that's Jay, correct?
Jay, yeah.
Jay.
So if you're ever back in Arizona, you got my dad is literally everything that anyone likes about me. I stole a portion of it from my dad, so he's me but way cooler. That's literally the only way I can describe him.
He'll literally just like invite you up and make drinks.
Okay, I
He
will caress him.
He distills his own liquor. He'll be like, "Oh yeah, I have this pineapple vodka that I made." He like
Shut up.
he's so cool. He's so cool. He
He is
sent
really
me
cool.
for Christmas. He sent me a vinyl
Yeah,
of the first
I saw that.
punk show we ever went to together,
I was there.
signed by both of the leads in the band.
Shut up.
In this punk show we went to, what, Amanda, was like 8 years ago?
I was there.
I know,
just
it's
so
like
you know.
it was like 8 years ago,
Oh.
right?
Well,
Yeah, it was like 9 years ago.
Cassidy
got
in
it
her
signed.
militant camouflage jacket.
Yes, yep, exactly.
So,
All right, I'll shut up. I'm sorry,
no,
son.
you're good.
Go ahead.
Now, what Brad found, Brad was the younger brother of the two, found his older brother, Bruce Pardo, with a single gunshot wound, like I said, under the chin, exit wound through the head from a 9mm pistol. Now, Bruce, at the time of his death, was holding one and had another by his side on the floor. Looking into Bruce's past, police found. You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Holy shit. Okay. Looking into Bruce's past, police found his ex-wife, Sylvia Ortiz. Their divorce had been finalized just 1 week prior to this massacre. Sylvia's maiden name was Ortega. Due to the divorce, Bruce was required to pay approximately $10,000 in legal dues and alimony towards Sylvia. Police also discovered all victims were shot with 9mm rounds. It's kind of putting two and two together, labeling Bruce as the Santa Claus killer, some would say. Outside of Bruce's home, however, was a blue 2008 Dodge outside of Brad's home was a blue 2008 Dodge Caliber. And in plain sight, based off of that doctrine, if those who don't know, if something is in plain sight, police are obligated to then investigate whatever it is that they may see, whether it's a gun, a knife, explosives of some kind, anything like that, blood. They then, because it's in plain view, they can see it. They can go search whether it's a home, a vehicle, or a person's person. In the vehicle, they found a Santa suit, 4 semi-automatic handguns, 9mm, and over 200 rounds of ammunition. The
Jesus.
Santa suit, the Santa suit was actually booby trapped. Yeah.
But when they captured him?
They didn't capture him. He was
Dead.
already dead.
No, I'm just saying, Boop. Yeah, if they were to apprehend him, it would blow up.
So,
That's what I meant.
when the
I
police had attempted to retrieve the suit from the car, it was immediately engulfed in flames. Now, luckily, nobody was seriously injured from this booby trap. But the way that he set it up was he tucked a bomb, so to speak, that when you tug on the suit itself, it would ignite and engulf the entire car, and which is exactly what it did. And there's 2 pictures. They took a picture before going into the car as police protocol, and you see it's a completely blue car. The very next fucking photo, which is the first photo, was daytime. The next photo was nighttime because it had to burn. There were no wheels. There was no paint. There was no windows. There was barely even a fucking door. It was so hot from that trap. Now, this is also, I wouldn't say coincidence, but this car was also parked 500 feet.
Free. Yeah, keep
Sorry, that's
drinking, pal.
exactly something that I would say, isn't it, Amanda?
Yeah.
God,
I always say shit like
8.9%.
that.
The Dankster. Thank you. Yeah, I'm
Thank you,
definitely.
the Dankster.
You still have more to drink?
Thank you. Yeah, I got a whole beer. Yeah, I got a whole beer.
Drink it, pussy.
I'm praying for you.
Thank
son.
you. Thank you. Here we go.
I'm out. I'm actually gonna go steal one of your beers I bought from you.
Oh, thank you. Now, some say coincidences are there are no coincidences. And if you follow us on Instagram, there was a recent post that I did where I said there is no spoon, going back to the Matrix.
The Matrix.
Aha! I knew you would catch that.
I love that movie.
Me
Never
too.
seen it.
Can you believe that?
I have never seen any of them. I've never
What?
seen Harry Potter. I've never seen The Matrix.
That's
I've
an
never
insult.
seen
Okay, Harry Potter.
Amanda. Come on.
You gotta see Harry Potter.
Actually,
Amanda.
Amanda, our best friend Kate, our collective, very close friend who everybody on the podcast knows, has never seen Harry Potter.
Shut the front door.
Is that the third wife?
That's the third wife.
That's
Are you
the
being
third wife.
serious?
I'm pretty sure now that I'm saying it on a podcast, I'm a little nervous about it. I might be wrong.
It just doesn't seem like it doesn't seem real. I think Kate would have seen Harry Potter.
It might be my boyfriend.
That would make more sense.
Yeah, see, I get it.
I might have met
boyfriend-
Michael.
Yeah, that dude. I've never seen. I've never seen The Mandalorian. I've never seen any of the after.
I haven't seen Mandalorian either.
I haven't seen any of the original 3 Star Wars movies. Other than that, I've never seen
The
any.
original, like 4, 5, and 6.
I've seen 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I've seen those.
So you have
Anything after
no
that?
understanding of Star Wars.
So you've seen the
I
bad
don't.
ones.
Are you kidding
Look
me?
at
Those are
little
classics.
Jim's face right now. Look at him.
I'm
He's
embarrassed.
so disappointed.
That's all right. It's good. But those are classics.
6, episode 4, 5, and 6 are the only Star Wars movies that should even matter. Honestly,
Queen.
Never seen it.
Yes.
Thank you.
Never seen them.
Thank you.
Never seen
I'm
them.
not even
I
gonna
couldn't-
talk no more. I'm not
I
even gonna say
couldn't
anything.
even get through episode 1. Like me and my husband were trying to watch it on a plane, and I literally said, "Turn this shit off. I can't fucking watch this shit."
Yeah. Never seen them. Never seen the episode with what's that dude's name? Darth Maul. Dark Maul.
Darth Maul.
Darth
You just
Maul
said
is-
Dark Maul. God,
Never
you're
seen
giving me heart palpitations, man.
Wait, did you say you've never seen Darth Maul or
Never
you
seen it.
have?
Never seen
Isn't
it. Never
Darth
seen
Maul
it.
in
Wait, so
episode
no-
3?
Wait, okay, I was
No,
gonna
you did
okay.
the
He's
opposite.
confused. He's confused.
He is
Okay.
confused.
Only seen the
He's
original.
okay. He's talking about
Okay.
New Hope,
I've only seen.
Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. He is
Okay,
That's
that's fine.
acceptable.
That's fine. We're
he has
good.
not seen
Hope.
Phantom,
New
Phantom
Hope.
Menace. Oh, Jesus Christ.
He's like, I've only seen Phantom Menace, New Hope, and Return of the Jedi. I don't know what's wrong with that.
The Empire Strikes Back.
And The
That's-
Force Awakens.
Yeah,
No, never
those are
seen
the
it.
only ones.
The first one. That was the cocaine infused one, by the way. They were all loaded on cocaine.
That was
Yeah, okay,
That was New
so-
Hope. Wow.
So- Princess
Empire
Leia.
Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. And go back to one of your posts you guys had late. I know, god damn, you got so much editing to do.
I know.
I already said it. I'm not editing. I'm not. This is too much. We are
Okay.
It's gonna be a
2
5-hour
hours
Long
episode. 5 hours episode.
All right. This is gonna totally derail your story, son. I'm sorry.
It's not.
Hottest actresses above 30. Amanda,
Right
you're
now?
first. Yeah, right now. Yeah, right now.
Rose Byrne.
That's his girl. That's his wife's
That's
girlfriend.
my number 1.
That's your number one?
Oh yeah, by far.
Over 30
Over 30 for sure.
actresses.
And that's mediocre. I'll go over
Oh.
50 for me. Yeah. Boom, here it comes. Here it comes.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Vera Farmiga.
Ooh,
mhm.
Conjuring.
We love her
Her
too.
and her sister.
I'm
Her and her
sorry.
sister.
Have you seen her?
Okay, Rose Byrne though.
I've seen her naked.
Rose Byrne's too skinny. I'm sorry.
The
I don't
fuck
like
do you mean
skinny
you've seen
bitches.
her
It's just
naked?
not it.
Yeah, where have you seen her naked?
Yeah, she's got nude scenes. I'll send you the link.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Send it in the group chat. It's fine.
I will send it.
Yeah.
Well, in The
Sorry.
Departed, Matt Damon throws down like a champ.
That's
that's
Vera
true.
Farmiga.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Rose Byrne is too skinny for me. I accept all bodies, but I like a girl with a little bit of. And Vera Farmiga looks very good. She looks fit.
Well, I guess over 30. Margot Robbie's over 30, right?
She's cool.
She's my age.
She's
isn't
all
she?
right,
No,
but
she's my age. I think she's a little older than me, like a year older.
Yeah, let's go
I
over
will
40.
Google
Let's
this
go
immediately.
ancient. Let's go silver. My age.
okay. I got one for you.
Over 50.
I'm gonna mispronounce.
And they're
her.
still alive. There's
Susan
plenty-
Sarandon.
That's
Ooh.
a
She
fucking
looks
dime piece.
good.
That's a silver dollar, a real silver dollar. Rachel Wise. Or
Yes. Yes.
thank you.
Yes.
Drop that mic right quick.
But how old is she? Is she?
She
I
is
feel like
50
she's-
years old.
Is she?
And she is gorgeous.
She does not look 50.
She does not
Alright.
look 50.
Let me school
Wow.
y'all.
And
Let me
I'm
school y'all.
oh, go ahead.
Halle Berry,
Yes, obviously. That's a given.
Mariska Hargitay,
Okay,
Oh.
yes. Yes.
um,
Connie
Mariska
Britton.
Hargitay. Mariska Hargitay.
Britton.
Mariska
I love
Hargitay.
Marissa,
like-
yeah.
I love Connie Britton. Oh,
Connie Britton.
you know what? I used to watch Law and Order just to see her. It took me 2 seasons to realize what the series was about.
Jesus
You would just watch
Christ.
her.
I just watch her. That's it.
I'm gonna be really
Burke.
upset if
Burke.
you don't.
Burke. God damn it! What is her first name?
Okay, I'm gonna stop you there.
Who?
Selma Hayek, bro. How do you
Oh
not,
yeah.
how do you not bring her into this conversation?
I'm not
I
done
was gonna
yet.
say
Uh,
Nicole
uh,
Kidman.
I'll go down that route.
No.
I'm sorry,
Okay.
did you just at Nicole Kidman?
Yes, I
Ooh.
did.
Ooh, with the neck shake.
Ooh.
You know that she's my male version of Tom Cruise. I fucking hate her.
Ooh.
So pretty.
Shots have been fired, ladies and
Mhm.
gentlemen.
Nicole Kidman and Tom Cruise are the two people I just despise for absolutely no reason.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you have a reason to despise Tom Cruise. He's a Scientologist and you hate Scientologists.
That
That's
is
true.
true.
Well, Nicole Kidman was married to him, so just makes sense.
Well then, okay, I'll do this. Laura Dern.
Ooh.
Ugh, I hate Laura
Ooh.
Dern.
No. Okay, we're
Bitch,
talking. We're
what?
talking.
She's
We're
the
talking-
worst.
Who are you?
She's such
Okay,
a bad actress.
okay. Okay, we're talking ugly go-tos now. Okay.
Laura Dern
Juliette
is a
Lewis.
bad actress.
No, Laura Dern's good, beautiful. Juliette Lewis.
Yeah, very not attractive.
Louis Dreyfus? Did you say very not attractive?
No, not Dreyfus. Not Dreyfus.
Lewis.
Dreyfus?
Lewis, who is a Scientologist. Did you know?
Yes, she is. Yes, she
Oh.
is.
I don't know who you're talking about. I thought you were talking about Juliette
No.
Louis Dreyfus.
No,
who is,
she's beautiful. She's perfect.
okay.
I think
Someone who's ugly hot.
I don't think
Uma
she's
Thurman. Ugly hot?
No.
Thurman.
Uma
Yes.
Thurman.
Yes.
She
Okay, I
is
get
not
it.
ugly hot. That is a very beautiful woman.
Never
No,
seen
she's
Kill Bill.
she's ugly hot.
How the fuck have you not seen? I'm sorry. I just cussed at you.
Silence, pal. Jennifer A.
Are you not
Jennifer
supposed to
A.
cuss? Are we not supposed to be cussing?
I'm
I
not
don't-
supposed to cuss towards my father, but I apologize. How have you not seen that movie?
Yo, but I told you I'm a Tarantino fan. You know that.
No, you're not.
But I've
If you've
never
never
seen
seen
Kill
Kill Bill, you're not a
Oh.
fan.
Slow the roll, pal. I just ordered my Fire Stick. I'm gonna get all that illegal shit on my TV pretty soon. So don't worry.
Okay, hold on. Before we go any further, I will
Okay.
say this one last name. Okay, Kate Dickens or Kim Dickens.
Kim Dickens.
Fear the Walking Dead.
Oh, I don't watch The Walking Dead.
Okay, she was in Deadwood. She was also in Sons of Anarchy.
She was in Sons of.
All
Ooh,
things I've never seen.
you've never seen Sons of Anarchy?
No.
Are you serious?
Dickens?
Look,
Kim
look, Amanda.
Dickens.
Look, you got me doing this.
Katie Siegel. Katie Siegel's pretty hot.
Gemma?
Are these Sons of Anarchy
Sons of
people?
Anarchy. Yeah.
These are sons. Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Charlie Dunham is hot, but
Okay. There's two.
Oh, she was in Gone Girl.
She
Yes.
was in that
oh,
role.
love
Yes.
Gone Girl.
There's two. My wife. Okay. Let me tell you my wife. She's Irish and Italian, right?
You've said that before.
Okay. But she will swear she doesn't like white boys, right?
Bullshit.
Her two favorite white boys, Charlie Hunnam, Paul Walker.
Oh yeah, the
That's
whitest of the
type.
white,
They
blonde
look
and
very
blue-eyed,
similar.
blonde and
Legitimately.
blue-eyed.
She would leave me in a heartbeat, and that would save me a lot of alimony. That would be fun.
Fair.
Yeah, fair. Right. I'll give her that.
So, going
Back
back
to
this-
murder.
Back to murder.
Back to murder.
Yeah, Jim, get off topic.
Oh, I'm sorry, dog. I'm sorry. Now, like I said, this is wow. I think I left off on coincidence and talking about the
You
Matrix.
did. Yeah.
I don't know.
Now, there are no such things as coincidences. There is no spoon. This car that he had was actually a rental car, 2008 blue Dodge Caliber, was parked less than 500 feet from Sylvia's divorce attorney. Now,
Mm,
if you're still wondering what the gift was that Santa brought to the Ortega home, well, I'm going to tell you.
Tamales.
a
No,
gun.
no, all close. It was a homemade flamethrower filled with 18 gallons.
I'm sorry. Hang on. Aquanet and a lighter. That's what he brought.
No, he brought a legitimate tank
That he made.
that he made. 18 gallons of gasoline.
So his intentions
Wow.
were to kill people,
His intentions were to fuck people up.
to make them suffer because he lost his wife.
And to kill a kid, like fuck you.
Well, here's the thing. That
Right.
little girl that answered the door survived.
Ooh. Still to this day.
To this day, he shot her in the face and she lived. That was
Wow.
Leticia's daughter. His sister and that's his niece basically.
Wow.
Shot her in the face. Now the reason the house quote unquote looked apocalyptic is because there was an open flame somewhere inside of the house, which I will arguably say in the kitchen. It's Christmas Eve. They're cooking. There's going to be open flame. Now,
I gotta
very-
go grab another beer. I'm out.
go ahead.
No.
Now, very
You
very similar to one of the stories that we talked about before, which involved I'm blanking on his name, but it was someone in Arizona. I don't know why I can't think of his name, but the same thing. He killed his entire family, left an open flame, put a candle in the hallway, and the entire building, the entire home blew up and was engulfed in flames. Now, everyone who was there obviously died. Bruce himself, upon his body being found, had third degree, quote unquote, horrific third degree burns. And that was because Bruce did not anticipate an open flame being in the home. Even part of the Santa suit itself was melted onto his lower half of his body.
Ew.
Yes. Yeah.
Sorry, that's sick.
Now, according to the autopsy report, there was excuse me, according to the autopsy report, which I will post on Instagram. But his body, his lower half, and his hands and his arms were so badly burned, it was literally bubbling.
Ugh.
I brought all four, so I don't have to get up again.
Innovative.
That's num num juice?
It's num num juice.
That's the way to do it.
Hazy
Oh,
IPA.
literally num num juice.
Num, it's what's called num num juice. I call it that. This should have put me to sleep.
Now
I saw you post that on Instagram.
Yes. Now, not only were the burns on the lower half of his body with the suit still melt. I heard that.
I did too.
Oh, Tom, sorry.
Not only was the suit melted to the lower half of his body, but his hands, like I said, and even part of his face had third degree burns. Now, in the end of this entire thing, on findagrave.com, there is a flower, which I guess on this website you can pay to leave flowers, obviously to not go to the gravesite itself, but you can pay a certain dollar amount And someone even put on this website, even though you killed innocent people, I still want you to rest in peace. Now, I don't think that that's anything bad on that person's part, but I don't think that they understood exactly what he did. A lot of motive behind this was split between two reasons. It was either that he was not only going through divorce but having to pay $10,000 worth of alimony towards Sylvia, or the fact that he got fired just a week prior to this party. So
That's
they
just
were
bad luck.
very bad luck.
Well,
And
that's also just this motherfucker just can't handle his own shit. Like, come on.
yeah. And it fucking sucks because uh there were a number of people who actually died. There were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There were 9 people that died.
Yeah.
9 people.
Because he was sad.
Because he was sad. And it's fucked up, you know. I don't condone it, but I mean, what kind of, especially for someone like him who, according to past reports, who he was a very lovable guy. If you needed something, he would be there for you. If you needed help, he was there. Well, when you go through a divorce, when you go through all this other crazy shit that was happening to him, something in his head obviously had to have snapped, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's what actually happened. Now, after everything was crisp and well done, it was speculated that Bruce
Amanda, pick up your left eye. Open your left eye.
Is my eye? Am I going? Am I
The
going
left one.
cross-eyed?
The other
Oh.
left. The other left.
Are you going Gengi on us like last episode?
Sometimes that happens if I drink too much. So
I know that. So come on, I'm like, Amanda, it's hitting her right now. It's all coming right now. She's ready to go night.
Now here's the final part of this story, that it was speculated that Bruce was going to flee the actual country. There were several Google searches to Canada, Mexico, and Europe so people expected him to leave the country. Well, like I said before, he didn't expect a open flame to be in the home.
So it injured him more than he was expecting, basically.
Right. Which is
Yeah.
why.
Or did he not think that all those people were gonna die?
He knew all those people were going to die.
Oh,
He
okay.
didn't think it would hurt him.
Oh.
Exactly. So when he got severely burned, he thought, well, what's the closest place that I can go to that no one really knows about? My brother's house. He ends up going there and shoots himself because he obviously can't go on a plane with 3rd-degree burns. Someone will recognize him. So he thought, you know what? Because I'm so injured, I'm just going to end my life now. Call it.
Couldn't you have done that before you killed 9 people?
Yeah. But he didn't have third degree burns from a homemade 80-gallon flamethrower.
Just what we always say is we're always like, oh, are you thinking about killing a bunch of people and then killing yourself?
Yeah,
maybe reverse the.
Yeah, just don't do the first thing.
Don't do it at all. How about that?
Yeah,
that would be ideal.
Ideal, right? But yes, that is the story of the Ortega family and the, as some would say, the Covina massacre.
Damn, that was a crazy one.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Crimbus.
Merry Chrysler.
Solstice.
Happy Honda days.
That's right.
Well, that is the episode. I hope everybody enjoyed it. Amanda, Cassidy, thank you for coming back on. This was fun. I am definitely drunk. So
yeah, me too. Do you want to see
cheers.
my dog?
Absolutely.
Hi, dog.
Hello,
Hi,
pup.
Sid.
See, my pit bull wouldn't do that.
No, because your pit bull's
your-
also fat. He can't get up on the
Aw.
couch.
True.
I love a fat pit bull. So
You
cute.
do
Oh,
love a
he's
fat
fat.
pit bull. Look
There's
how
a
cute
picture
she
of
is,
him.
though.
I like, see,
Hi,
that's the kind of dog
Sid.
you need to get right there.
Hi,
Chuck.
baby
Right
girl.
there. See that?
Yeah.
That'll be your best friend forever.
I want a beagle.
Beagle's gonna
Where's my
Ah.
dog?
ask Cassidy. Cassidy's got brothers who hunt, and they fuck shit up.
I understand that, but I like
true.
beagles.
Beagles
tell
are
you
really cute. My
See?
husband also
Thank
likes
you,
beagles.
Amanda.
Yeah,
Thank you, Amanda.
they're very
Your,
cute.
your wife is Latina, and she don't want to clean up a mess after a dog.
Very
Say,
true.
Just
Very
saying.
true.
Just
Well,
saying.
how old is your daughter?
5. She's gonna be 6.
She can take care of a dog.
Thank
No.
She
you.
can take care of a lot.
Thank you.
That little girl can take care of a lot. Trust
There
me.
you go.
So,
She can. Well,
okay.
that
I'm not going to get to my story. We're going to save it because it's obviously something that I went through. I've got
Oh.
multiple stories. You ladies know that. So we're going to end this.
We love your stories.
I got them. I got them. And did you hear the Exorcist story?
I
of
don't know.
on in the van.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think I posted that one.
If
Oh
you
yes,
guys
I did.
didn't-
I did. I heard it.
You
Yes,
did?
I know
Okay.
exactly what you're talking about now.
Yeah. My dad saw. Now, mind you, my dad is a 30-year Jehovah's Witness.
Oh wow.
So he is totally smoke-free, meaning marijuana. He drinks his whiskey, but other than that, he doesn't do certain things because of the regulations. But he remembers that story to the point where I can't remember. I was 4.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He took me to my first concert, which was Alice Cooper in Oxnard at 3. And I remember that.
It's
Yes.
hilarious.
I feel
Yes.
like I don't remember anything past like 16. So.
That's probably good. That's probably good.
And that's on trauma, baby.
You know.
Look at this idiot.
Very
So,
cute.
Merry Christmas, ladies.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Thank
Merry
you so much for
Christmas.
having us on. We
Absolutely.
love talking
Anytime.
with you guys.
Anytime. I swear, this is like, this is table talk. Me and Jim talk like this all the time.
Literally.
Well, I was going to say, we need to do just like a hangout where
I
we're not
know.
recording because we always
No.
get so off track because we just like talking to each other. Obviously,
I know. We
like
just
each other.
genuinely.
Whenever
Have
you're
fun.
ready. Well,
Yeah.
we obviously know your husband likes the photo bomb.
Yeah.
And we know your boyfriend's a rock star. So, hey, what the hell? Let's
Sydney's
do it
my
all.
only photo bomber. Look at her.
And once the world opens up, we're planning the 4 of us
Yes.
and our spouses
absolutely.
the
Yes.
Winchester Mystery House tour.
No.
Yes!
No. It's the Manchester Wistery House.
You said that flawlessly.
Thank you.
did.
Even if we go, because one of his buddies, we had her, JJ, she's a cosplay. Once all that Comic-Con stuff opens up, because she does a lot of table stuff, meaning
Mhm.
she's a booth model. We want to hook up with her, and we go to SoCal. We're gonna hit you guys up, even if
Hell
it's
yeah.
for a shrimp cocktail and a beer. We gotta hook you up.
100%.
definitely
We would
drink
love
beer.
that. We would love
Yeah.
that.
So that look forward to that. We talk about you all the time. My wife knows you guys as the girls.
My
The
wife
girl.
You guys are the
also.
girls. Yeah. So I mean, she knows whenever I say the girls, it's you guys.
I love
yeah.
that. It's so cute.
Yeah. So I mean, by all means, let's make it happen. Let's let the world get its ugly fangs out of everything and get
Get
back
it
to
shit
normal.
together.
Right. All right. So just know in my heart, I'm looking forward to meeting you ladies.
We are
I
too.
look forward to hearing you guys every week.
Every Wednesday. I'm
Every
Thank
week.
you.
on it.
Here's the thing. Sometimes I just repeat. I'll go to the pilot just to listen. You know,
So
just to
sorry. There's so
listen.
many fans going. Why did we not realize we needed to turn off?
There
the
was a
fans?
lot of fans, overhead fans.
Had no idea.
Yeah. So I mean, but that's just it. That's what I'm saying. It's what podcasts used to be. Podcasts normally generated when the '08 crisis happened for the housing. So a lot of commercial DJs, a lot of radio personalities, they all didn't have jobs. So they all turned to the internet. And used to listen to a lot of Sam Phillips out of LA Talks, Tom Likas,
Yeah, Tom Likas. Jesus.
everybody that I started listening to came out of LA. So you guys what you guys do remind me of exactly what the root of
That's
podcasting.
such a compliment. Thank you so much.
It really is.
Oh, absolutely. It is what I look forward to. I mean, there's, like I said, technology is kind of taken over in audio. And I mean, Cassidy, you are a stickler for being precise. And I cannot blame you for that. I mean, that is spot on. But back in the early days of radio talking, before it was Sirius, before Howard Stern went to Sirius Radio, there was Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Adam Carolla. Love him.
There it is.
Love line, Dr. Drew.
Before Homeboy had his Nate, what's that one guy who has his late show now? Carolla's buddy. Jimmy Kimmel.
Oh, yeah.
Jimmy Kimmel was Carolla's buddy.
That was the Man Show.
The Man Show.
They had the Man Show.
Yes.
The Man Show. So, yeah, that.
Ziggy zaggy, ziggy zaggy. Oi, oi, oi. Oh, God, I'm drunk.
So what I'm saying, you guys definitely bring me back to that. I look forward to it. I look forward to meeting you guys. So I'm coming once everybody opens up.
We're definitely gonna
We're gonna get so many tacos.
Oh yeah, by far. And like I said, bring back the $1 tacos, and we're there.
For sure.
There's a place by me. It's this taco truck. It's behind a grocery store, so you know it's legit. They have very good $1 tacos.
Well, thank you, ladies, for coming back on. Amanda, Cassidy, where can people find you? Where can they listen? Where can they view? Please let us know.
So you can find everything you need about us at dtkpod.com. You can listen to us. You can find our Patreon. You can find our merch. You can find everything. And also just find out about us and all of our weird happenings that we're doing. So dtkpod.com. You can find
all of our social media.
Yep.
Yeah. We love social media. So
Amanda is a queen on Instagram. So make sure you follow us at Drinking the Kool-Aid Pod on Instagram.
And you got that Twitter on lock.
The Twitter's much more existential. So if you're into that, Drink Kool-Aid Pod on Twitter. I run the Twitter, so.
Well, again, thank you, ladies, for coming back on. This was every time that so far, the 2 times that you have come on, fucking a blast. And by the way, in case you didn't know, we're over 3 hours.
Oh yeah, it's been a long time.
Yeah. I wouldn't go into my story if I had to. But like I said,
people would be like, "Is this a 7-hour episode? What's happening?"
Hey, Joe Rogan does it.
He does. Him and what the hell's his shroom buddy?
Eddie Bravo?
No, not Eddie Bravo. The
Trussell. Duncan Trussell.
Duncan Trussell.
Oh, Duncan Trussell. Yeah,
yes.
I like him.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, I do want to get a screenshot of all of us.
Absolutely.
So if you guys want to pose.
Absolutely. Let me go ahead and pause real quick.
Happy New Year. You guys be safe. Say hello to everybody.
Of course.
You as well.
Tell your wives we say hello.
Yeah, your wives, your kids.
From the girls. From the girls. And we will talk soon.
Of course.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Tell Joaquin and Javon that we said hi.
Oh, by the way, I still need a picture of Joaquin. We have.
Oh yeah, send that to us.
I will send that to you.
with or without a blunt?
Both.
Yeah.
Both. Yeah.
Yeah.
We used to grow. We haven't grown in the past 2 seasons, but we're gonna grow going into February this year. The last we had 13 plants and they were blooming beautifully. 9 of them were male, so we had to destroy them.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. So, but yeah, Joaquin, he has short hair now, but he used to have long hair.
Yeah.
And
I forgot.
Bo, you have pictures, send them, put them on your
want us to
website.
see it.
Oh, I want them. I want them.
I will.
Yes.
100%.
Tell Joaquin we said hello to the troublemaker.
I will.
I will.
Yeah.
I will.
Well, ladies, have a wonderful evening. Good night, and we love you. Honestly, thank you so much
Yes.
for
We
for
love
coming
you.
on.
We talk
Happy
about
New
you guys all
Year.
the time. Happy New Year. Be safe.
Happy New
We'll talk to you
Year's,
guys
everybody.
later.
Happy New
Are
Year's.
we doing an intro?
Yes, we will.
Oh,
Okay, so we'll pop off so you guys can do that. All right, we'll
be
talk to you later.
safe. Have
Much
fun.
love.
Oh,
Mwah.
tell your honey happy birthday, by the way.
Yes.
Oh, I will. Yes.
Happy
Do
birthday
that.
from us.
Do that. And
It's
if
like
he,
Jesus Christ, but much sexier.
There you go.
You know-
Exactly.
He said Jesus Christ playing a guitar at that.
if he knows who the Allman Brothers are, Greg Allman.
So that video that
Yes.
I posted, do you want to know who he was opening up for?
I would love
Yes.
Jefferson Starship.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
With
He
Grace
literally
Slick?
plays with like iconic ass bands.
My grandfather knows them.
His grandfather, who we will get into later, but his grandfather's band, house band, used to be Tower Power, Eddie Money, Metallica.
I wish I was. I wish he.
Metallica.
I wish he was joking.
These are all garage bands.
No,
Greg
that's
Allman is his best
amazing.
friend. Greg Allman was his best friend. I met Cher, Carlos Santana.
Wow.
The story I
Hold
had.
on, no, hold on. Before you put it in perspective, my grandmother, my nanny, his wife said, "I don't like that guy." She was referring
Yeah.
to Carlos Santana. Carlos Santana, ladies and
You
gentlemen.
know, Carlos Santana.
She called him that little guy, Carlos.
That little guy, you
That
know?
sounds about
I mean,
right.
he is
An icon.
small. Yes, but that's how she just. I mean, it was just second nature. They used to party at Jefferson Starship, Grace Slick's house down in San Francisco. Dennis Leary. I mean, not Dennis Leary.
I say they knew a comic.
Psychedelics.
Everybody.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Right.
everybody in the
CIA
70s.
is the CIA. He used to make purple haze. He used to make acid.
I have no idea.
His grandpa used to make acid for everybody. And his story that he tells us is Jimi Hendrix stole the name Purple Haze from him.
I
No.
believe that.
And he has a concho bracelet, 3 stones of turquoise, silver, nickel silver, that he got from Janis Joplin.
Hell yeah. That's awesome.
So
That's so awesome.
yeah,
Fucking
so that's his
crazy.
grandpa. That's his
Yeah.
grandpa. And yeah.
He's
So we-
invited.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
he loved it. He
Yeah.
loved it. So
He's invited to the Zoom happy hour for sure.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
So we got plenty more to talk about.
So much
We will
more.
See you soon. Keep
Enjoy
fighting
guys'
that fight.
intro. We
Keep
dig you
kicking
guys.
ass, and we're there. We're there for support. You know that.
Absolutely. 100%.
Thank you so much. We dig being on your guys' show. It's so fun.
Thank
Did you send your address?
Whose
Oh.
address?
No.
Anybody? Well, they were gonna send some
I
stuff.
will do that.
Okay, and then I'm gonna send. I need your address for a return, and I can't
You
say
got
too
it.
much more after that. But expect something in the mail.
Okay. You too.
right.
I'll send us ours to you. Had to think about how to
Hugs
say that.
and
Ours
kisses.
to you.
Hugs, kisses. Mwah. Thank you, ladies,
Happy
for
New
coming
Year.
on. Happy New Year.
Enjoy.
Ladies,
Love
See you
you.
gentlemen.
guys
Thank
later.
Love you. Bye,
Got it.
guys.
Bye, guys.
Have a good one. Bye.